how the globe even comes from flat Earth measurements. The reflection, reflection, and it goes on and on and on and on.
You say 180 degrees? The
first 20-25 minutes of the so-called debate was about NASA and why do they tell us, they show us images, and then the flat earther is still pointing out that it takes me back to 2015, 2016 always, because the flat earther is pointing out that they are not photographs, they are images. Even NASA admits that they are images, and images are not proofs of everything. And the debate goes on and on about what images are and what photographs are, and how there are same cloud images on NASA photographs, and how the 2002 globe marble does not match with the 2017 globe marble. And this went on for the first half an hour. And then the conversation came into celestial navigation and flat earth measurements, that being the axiom. But the flat earther was not able to put it in the correct terminologies. Otherwise, he would have been the clear winner in that whole discourse.
Sounds about right.
And it's not like I have not pointed it out to him directly by giving him feedback on his previous debates. All these points I have pointed it out to him, but he has made it a choice that he's going to take that line instead of following my rhetoric that the earth is measured flat. It's a conscious decision on his part.
I've got to go, gents. I know Nathan isn't there, but if you're listening, Nathan, thanks for sticking around. You don't get paid extra for sticking around, but
I am still.
You do. You are there. But thanks for indulging us. Take care.
I've stuck around in the Discord server as well.
Yeah, I seen that. Jado's in there. I haven't heard from Jado in a long time. What's up, Jado?
Checked out Discord and I was like, what are all these people doing in here?
Yeah, Righteous was courteous enough to come and move us all into the after show. So what I used to do was hang around after I'd finished the show when I was uploading it to the members only and the second channel. But after a time I just stopped being here. I just immediately cut everybody off. Whereas because it was quite a long show, I do actually want to sit and monitor that it gets uploaded correctly. So I want to watch and sit and watch it process. So I will be sat in front of the computer so much while I hang around and chat to you guys.
So how you been, Jado? You working hard?
Hi, Neil. I've been good, yes. Still doing 12, 14 hours a day by the time I finish everything. Just bought a new house, so we're going to move out of the shithole of Melbourne and out into the country.
Nice. So now you're going to have more work if you get a new house.
Yeah, well, I've got to fix this one up to rent, and then I've got to fix the other one up before the lovely moves into it. Yeah, just Nathan's show is just on a little bit too late for me at the moment, so I haven't been tuning in as much, but I do listen to it on the way to work every morning still.
So you're
Yep.
keeping up with the flat Earth debate.
Yeah, thanks for your comments. You and a few
No
others,
problem.
specifically Jardo, I use as like my benchmark. Like, your criticisms are taken more seriously than others, as much as other people might find that irritating. For whatever reason, you're like my benchmark. There's another couple of people that are specifically Christian that also leave comments. There's also a woman that leaves comments. And without, it's obvious why the woman specifically would be a benchmark for a certain type of person, a woman. But you're one of them. I don't know if you wouldn't have known that, but I'm telling you that. So how critical you are of the show is important to me, more so than most. You didn't know that, but now you do.
Oh, better tell the truth then.
Oh, somebody used to think that that was a problem.
What do you mean?
Well, Jado was criticizing. He didn't know where he was coming from, and he couldn't be trusted.
Who said that?
I cannot say right now. I do not want to give that information up. But Jado could put two and two together.
Well, whatever. I like constructive criticism, and often Jardo is critical of the show. That is to say, he says, I don't approve of X, Y, and Z. And I go, oh, okay.
Well, it's the same people that didn't like when we addressed the language before. They told us that Nathan, we're trying to change Nathan. Let Nathan be Nathan. But who would want to change that? That's why the show is what it is. We just didn't need the language.
I mean, the same person that called me a liar and a fraud on Teams.
Who are you talking about?
Yes, that's correct.
Is it a secret?
That's up to Jado to give it up, not me.
Nah, that doesn't bother me. We're
I
the
won't
same
ask.
kin, so I understand where it comes from. You know what the problem living in the western suburbs is? Every morning and every afternoon.
Say again?
Traffic.
Now, not just the traffic. There's a specific thing about living in the west when you're travelling morning and afternoon.
The glare from the sun.
Exactly. Now we know more expensive.
You're moving into a nice big house?
Yeah, it is big, big block of land. So hopefully the grandkids can come down and enjoy it next to the beach.
Cool.
Grandkid, you're a grandfather? You sound like a young guy.
Yeah, I'm quite young. Only 52, but I've got 3 grandkids. We had our kids early. So I was married at 20 and 3 kids by 23.
Wow. literally popping them out one after the next.
Yeah, it was 3 in 3 years. I remember going to the doctor on the third one, and he said to Trish, my wife, he goes, he only has to look cross-eyed at you when you get pregnant.
Yeah, I think I had 3 grandchildren at the time of 52.
But I'm glad that we had kids.
I have 4 in total, but I'm 60 now. I'm getting old, man.
$60. You're still a tiger, Neil.
No. What do I have? Let's be honest. If my strength is strong, what do I have? 20 summers left? And you got frickin' Liam and Flat Arthur, who are children. I'm jealous. I see youth today and I get jealous. That's what happens when you hit 60. Oh, and you have dreams that you're in the back of a Hertz. No windows, all white, cushion everywhere, like upholstery in a car. And I just couldn't get out. I was punching a roof, but I felt the movement of the vehicle. So I assumed that I was in the back of a Hertz.
Probably just got tangled in your sheets.
Woke me up with a chill running down my spine, I'll tell you.
But you got married when you were 39, Neil, right?
What happened?
You got married when you were 39, if I'm not wrong.
No, I got married when I was, I think, 35. No, 35. Because we got married in 2000. The turn of the century, we got married. And I was 35. That was 25 years ago, which makes me 60. Is my math correct? Yes, it is. How many Super Bowls do we have? That's how old I am.
How many Super Bowls?
Yeah, I'm as old as the Super Bowl.
So what makes me jealous is people here have 3 kids by the time they are 23 years old. And here I am 35 years old and no chances of getting married.
Arthur,
Single
there's
as
no
fuck.
excuse for you, Arthur. You are a handsome man with a gorgeous beard. You should have 5 women hanging off your arm. Geez, I had 4 at that time. 3 of them were named Darlene. Couldn't get them confused. And my mother would have the Valentine's hearts set up for which one came to get which one.
But you were not there in India. But I don't know. But somehow that has been the case with me.
Arthur, come to Australia. Come to Melbourne. There's more Indian women than there is Indian men here.
Indian women to me are the most beautiful. My wife is Indian.
Arthur
Are
doesn't
you a
sound very
civil
impressed.
engineer?
It doesn't sound like he's going to move
Are
to
you a
Oz.
civil engineer? Doesn't sound like it, no.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking that you must be aware of the kind of criticism really harsh and severe one, Indians are receiving of late from all across the world because of their lack of civic sense, and they ruin the country wherever they go. So a lot of it has been going viral of late.
If you can reverse park in one go, then Australians will respect you.
I can reverse park in one go. I can reverse park into a space that's only one car length in one go.
What? Hold on a second, Nathan. If you can't parallel park, is that what you're telling me?
I can parallel park.
Oh, okay, good. Not that hard.
This is if
Very
it's a
easy.
small enough space.
Do you want to date?
I thrive on small spaces to test my skills. And if I don't get it in one shot with one fix, that's it. I'm very upset with myself. But for some reason, on the right, like I can park to the right better than I can park to the left. I don't know why.
I don't know what small parking spaces you're talking about here in India, and especially in the small towns. You can park wherever you want.
It's the same way in Alabama. Like you don't have to be facing all the same way. Like you can park whatever way you want. People usually don't park on the road. They park in their driveways or carports, as they call them.
You want?
I've got a little apartment you can rent, Arthur.
I'm sorry? Say that again?
I'm just having a joke. I said I have a little apartment that I'm fixing up that you can rent.
And what jobs are available there? I can't do many.
What's your background?
So I have been teaching. So I teach English in India. Isn't going to be very helpful there in Australia, is it?
So you're a brain surgeon. You use your brain. I'm a brawn surgeon. I use my muscle.
But DoorDash needs a lot of muscle, right?
No, I ain't allowed no more. They kicked me out since that accident. I can't do DoorDash. I can't do Insta. I can't do anything pertaining to delivery. They blacklisted me.
Just because of that accident.
Yeah, because it goes on your record. So freaking I got sacked all at once, one at a time. First Instacart let me go. Then 2 days later, I was getting the same messages from DoorDash. I don't know what the hell they were. And then boom, deactivated. I mean, I challenged all of them. I fought all of them. But once you get deactivated, there's no. From everybody else that I've listened to online, they say once you get deactivated, forget it. It's damn near impossible to get back on.
So that's the compromise that you have to make in order to make your roads overall safe. You have to compromise with your own licensing just because you met with an accident. But once again, there have been a couple of cases where Sikhs in US who have been to the US illegally and have become truck drivers there, and they are not trained to drive on US roads because they know Indian roads. And the roads here in India, I'm telling you, it is next to impossible to drive on them because no rules are followed on a daily basis, on a regular basis in everyday roads, only in very posh areas and where these rules are maintained, and there are very few of them. So these people are going to the US and driving huge trucks and not maintaining the discipline over there, leading to some really severe accidents. So that's a compromise that you also have to face the consequences of, because you are also having to not be able to do your work, which is based on driving, just because you met with an accident, and the laws are really harsh over there.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous because I did not get into an accident doing Instacart or doing DoorDash. I got into an accident heading home from New York. Nothing to do. I wasn't on a clock for anybody. So why that's being held against me, I do not know.
So when you say it's on your record, so whenever you go to an employer, he gets to see your entire record where this is going to be mentioned that you have a case against you for meeting with an accident or anything.
Yeah, it says improper breaks. That's the one that always pops up. And oh, forget it. If I do the application thing, the felony I got convicted of in 1990 comes up. Yeah, that never goes away. I did time for it. I paid my debt to society, but they still hold it against me. And employees are able to see that, and they don't hire you because they don't want a felon working for them. They don't know that my whole life was transformed in 1996 and I'm a different person. They don't give a shit.
And if I may ask, what was the felony back then? Don't answer if you don't want to.
Armed robbery.
Wicked.
No, stupid. And I wish I could freaking go back and talk to that freaking idiot that did that day. I would tell him how it's going to ruin his life for the rest of his life.
That's intense.
But anyway, everybody has regrets. I mean, God provides. Why it sucks for this is because we had a game plan when we moved to Alabama. The game plan was my boys get a job, my wife gets a job, and I do the deliveries in between, and we'll be able to make ends meet and have some extra. And it was working out until they freaking just shut me down. But that's all. So we're gonna take bets.
That's somewhat.
On who shows up to the panel, on how much, who's correct on how they're going to spin it. I think we should take some bets.
Okay. Sounds like fun.
Well, you all heard how I felt they're going to spin it. Does anybody see them coming in and say, you know what? We messed up and we're so freaking feel terrible about it, but there's nothing we can do. Does anybody think they're going to say that?
No.
That would have some long odds.
I give that 100 to 1, yeah.
Okay. So, Arthur, what do you think they're going to say?
Not sure, but I'm expecting some things that we haven't heard yet. Some things that I'm not aware of, or just like they say, they will have something from their side of the story. So just curious to know, not that anything compelling or something persuasive, but I'm just curious. What do they have to say? And more than that, what kind of a tone, what kind of a demeanor they're going to take after everything we have seen on Nathan's show and how vocal Nathan has been about it. So that is what I'm more interested to see.
So you're saying they're going to make themselves like choir boys, nice and calm and polite. And Nathan, the bad screaming, yelling guy. Not that he's yelling and screaming or anything, but it's usually what happens when somebody gets robbed.
What usually happens when someone gets robbed, Neil? Okay then.
I guess nobody's interested.
I said, what normally happens when someone gets robbed?
No, I said that's what normally happens when somebody gets robbed.
Yeah.
They scream and shout and get upset.
Yes.
Anyway, not to change the topic, well, it's kind of on topic. So, what do you project as far as your wife will be through it? We'll go into a next draft. You got a time clock on that?
Well, she's told me she thinks we'll be done by this Easter. Hopefully.
Done by this Easter, as far as what?
As in,
Book
I'll have
ready
a
to
book.
go out?
As in, yeah, it'll be available for sale come Easter.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully.
Oh, that's what's up.
Well, like I say, she's getting on with it. She's not mucking around in terms of gathering together the 6th draft, making sense of what's in the recordings.
So the old saying goes, money talks, bullshit walks.
Yeah. Surprising how motivated she's been when I've given her a few £100 from donations, which is all it amounts to, but I mean, that's significant to her and I. She'd say things like, oh, I was only expecting it to be a few quid here and there. I'm like, you underestimate the generosity of my group of people that support me. If I say I want to incentivize my wife to do this work, you can be betting that that's what people will do. They'll give me money to incentivize my wife to do that work, and they have. So she's done quite nicely out of it. Or I hope she has. I haven't actually asked her how much money I've given her or kept a track of it. It's just each time someone's given me a PayPal, I've given it straight to her. Like I say, she's been doing it religiously.
Well, that's good news for us, because I didn't think it would be done by Easter. That's great. Pray that it does happen.
Wait, you just said she's not religious. You're contradicting yourself.
I said, I pray that it gets done in the timeline.
Good man.
No, that was just a bad joke. Nathan said earlier that
Oh, but wait a second.
Paula is not religious.
No,
Yeah,
she's not.
religious. I'm not religious either.
Yeah, I understood your spin on it, but just a pun, a bad pun. Forget about it. Nathan just said that she's religiously writing the book and editing the book.
I got it now. I'll tell you. See, that's that brain of yours going. That brain's going. My muscles are going. Earlier today, I did say that Paul is not religious. That's when our landlord was in the hangout. Righteous, yes. Meaning Paula Bible U is not religious. She's in a relationship with the Father, like I am. So it's not a religion. It's not on do's and don'ts and certain types of things. It's based on a relationship you have with the Savior. Religion is more about works and deeds and things that you do to get God's attention. Relationships are things that you do because you have God's attention, because you are saved. You want to do good things, not to earn it.
Well, 15 minutes apparently.
Just us now.
Not that I'm actively checking. I'm part of Lioness's server, and every time she posts something, it'll flash up at the top of my screen. So I guess she's excited.
Yes. I get that with the pancake guy every time. And you know who else used to do that? Hayuka Eldebear used to constantly be sending messages and they come up at the top of the screen. I must have 1,000 messages from that guy that I didn't even look at.
Why are these people sending you so many messages?
It's usually when the show's going on and you're saying a certain thing and they'll disagree with it, but instead of coming on, they'll shoot the message to you. Vax is dealing with it now. Right, Vaxy? You got Pancake Sergeant there, whatever his name is,
Sergeant
sending the
Pancakes.
messages.
These people just work on the periphery of people who are in the show. Do you feel like you're being worked on?
No, not really. He just, like Neil said, anytime you bring up a certain topic, he'll be in the Globe Central chat underneath, and like he'll just like highlight your name and then send you a message. You get a little notification. The thing with Level Lioness, I notice every time she posts something, it pops up real big at the top of my screen. I don't know if that's just because like that's just how her server is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so when Jin left Nathan, he went over to, like he said goodbye, he'll see us tomorrow, but he went over to Jenna's service, so maybe he did get upset. I don't know, I'll talk to him later and see if he's okay.
You're over there just spurging about, you know, proving Earth isn't a globe is the best way to go, I guess. Oh no, one deck's down and Huey's page at the bottom. I wonder what he's saying.
No way, one deck went in there. Oh, I'll
He's
tell you,
gone. He
one deck
probably got booted. He
he got
just
booted
left,
right away, right? Yeah.
probably. Well, there's only 5 spots open, so they're probably reserved.
Did he go into QE's Discord?
Yeah, he went in and got kicked
Yeah,
right
well,
out.
I mean, yeah, it's the same Discord as this one. It's just like a couple little tabs underneath.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
only
well,
got 4 spots open.
This guy should show up early and on time. There may be others that are inquiring won't pop in.
I wonder if he's still gonna rip me. Because the other day when he started yelling at me, he said that I was in his. He has his targets on me and he's gonna rip my ass on Tuesday. But then he messaged me later and goes, "I watched the video you were in. You did a good job, so I'll forgive you." And then he says something like, I'll call it a be nice to a stupid animal week or something like that."
High praise.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, I appreciate the compliment." Oh, what's up, George? I think Betty's in there. That's Syrinx or whatever, right? Yeah, all the 5 spots are filled.
Hey guys, sorry if actually busy here.
Now you're good, buddy. You on YouTube yet, Neil?
I mean, what really can happen? That like holds up a new book and is like, oh, this is quicker and on here now.
Yeah, there's really nothing that can be said that's going to change anything. I mean, the deed's done. Like what they did it already. So you can't really make. You can't really. There's no way you can put a positive spin on what was done.
Was there break any action?
No, I mean, well, yeah. Apparently, it's been quiet for a few minutes. I was asking. I said, "What are you on YouTube, Neil?" When you went quiet.
And I'm just holding back the urge to go.
You can't. They're going to kick you out. I was ringing up groceries, but I did notice Adam Larkin is in there. Betty's in there. Who else? Adam, Betty, Flatsy. I guess they're waiting for old Brian, old chap. Tally ho.
I haven't heard from Betty in forever. Hope she's doing okay.
I took a scalpel and I cut all the cancer out.
Well, good. I'm glad. Oh, now Brian's in there.
Sure, they all listened to what went on today. They listen every day, you know that, right? Every day. Every day they be listening. Because there's only so many things that Brian can say that he got directly from the show. So you be listening. Me, I don't listen. If somebody sends me something, I'll listen to what somebody sends me. But I do not go on there. I'll pop in and check and see who's in the chat so I can see who's playing two ends of the fence. and just mark them, mark their name down. Not you, Adam. Don't worry about it.
That's all right.
I think
I'm
it's
still taking
Flatsy
it.
would. I
Okay.
wasn't really surprised by that. Sorry, Adam.
No, that's fine.
Oh, you said
Means that.
you still? I think Lexi is part of the show, and she.
I know Adam's situation. He discussed it with me. I know a lot of people are curious, so there'll be some grace. There'll be some grace. But after the grace is up, anybody can do what they want. I just have to, for myself, I have to know who's who. Because I got to be able to know who I could trust and who I can't trust. But see, a lot of people can't relate, but before, let's say Neil became Christian, the people I ran with, one mistake like that, and you're dead. There's no questions asked. You wake up dead if you wake up and you're aware. Your family's having a funeral for you because you freaking messed up. And that's the bottom line. So to me, it's all about loyalty. I mean, you don't be loyal to somebody that's a scumbag, of course not. But yeah, you wind up dead for some of the things that are done.
Like Chris Brackett said earlier, it feels complicated, but at the same time, it's very simple in that. So far.
I feel kind of guilty because I got his little YouTube window up in the corner of my phone.
Yeah, well, you're just curious to see. Well, he's going to come after you. He's going to come after me because he's going to consider me the instigator. Like I just woke up and instigated one day. Not the fact that the fiasco, it only became a book fiasco when you became a dishonest prick and a thief. Then it became a fiasco. Other than that, it was book editing. Business as usual. And when a month and a half passed by and nothing was done, and hey, Nathan, why don't you get the draft so you can at least work on it? Then that person gets shot down and is confronted with a new reality. I mean, geez, we're just reacting to the fiasco that they created, right?
Well, it's 1:33 a.m. here. I've got a live stream to catch. See you later, guys.
Okay, fill us in.
They're still playing the Home Depot song right now. And that was just Witsit talking about quantum mechanics.
I appreciate the play-by-play. Keep it up because I'm not watching.
Well, what's a shame is that at this time, everybody that was here on Discord will be filing over to ballbusters. And that's just not going to happen anymore because they don't want it to happen. They only made it limited to 5 people. Now, to me, that's not wanting to address the elephant in the room. There's a situation. Nathan ain't gonna only keep the freaking show up a Discord for 5 people and shut down G Plus. Everything's gonna be open. Everything's gonna get aired out, and people are gonna be heard. Not over there. I'm gonna rename them Communist China.
China.
I'm sure one deck went over there and just would have liked some answers, and he was told, not that we don't love you, but for now, it's only going to be a this chosen few. That's what he told Jadot.
Yes, my man.
Huh?
Yes. Just pulled up at
So
work.
what does that
Did I hear
mean?
you comment?
No, I was saying one of his shows he put up, I think Jadot, if that's you, you asked him if the panel's going to be open for everybody, and he said, no, not right now. Not that we don't love you, but just for now. Oh, that's freaking
Yeah.
bullshit.
I was curious. I was curious why he only had 3 people on his panel. I mean, obviously I knew the reason why, but I would have liked him to have been honest and said the reason why, but he didn't.
Of course not. I mean, why open it up to a community that wants to know what the hell happened here? Got to get your ducks in a row. So I guess in the last, 2-3 weeks since he said that, he's got his ducks in a row, and they are in a row. His words, not mine. Now he's going to address the book fiasco, but nobody could comment on it or question him because we're not there. No, I think any one of them could have came in. I don't know if Nathan switched, but I'm sure Brian could have came in at any time. We were discussing things here afterwards, but he didn't come in. I'm sure QE could have joined. I'm sure the Adam Meeking could have joined. Sure, Flatsy could have joined. I'm sorry, but I got to put her in there. She's lined up with it. What am I going to say?
Yeah, I stopped trusting Flatsy like 4 months ago after that stupid nonsense she brought up about elevation angles and altitude angles being completely different.
Well, Flatsy, I don't hold it anything against it because she wasn't part of the panel here ever. She had come in later, but she had come from 24/7. So she made a choice, and that's fine. But you go on my list when you make that choice.
Betsy just said she's appearing just to be devil's advocate. Excuse me.
Yeah. Well, Betsy, I kind of figured that. Betsy's level-headed. But what's the other? Betsy's Betty.
Oh.
She called her Betsy. I'm with my wife, talking to my wife right now at the same time. So, yeah, Neil got a list. And when you wind up on Neil's list, it takes a lot to come off.
You get a little check mark next to your name.
Well, I got to see some serious repentance. Like I said, I had a friend that turned on me in the middle of a trial, facing 5 to 15 years. He repented and
That's a long time.
sincerely repented, and I forgave him.
My wife came back with microphones.
Oh,
Got these microphones, right? And they came out 2 years ago for about $180. there or thereabouts. And then here in the UK, they were on sale for maybe £150. Then after about 18 months, they went on sale for about half that, about £60 or £70, and then dropped to another tenner to about £60, right? Now, I wanted one and kept looking on eBay to get one, and they were just too expensive. They kept on being really expensive. And then one day I searched the internet because I saw someone that had got one on eBay for a stupidly cheap price, and it made no sense. So I just do an internet search for this particular item, and lo and behold, a normal retailer that you can just go in and buy something from has got this microphone at £25 like for a brand new microphone. So I thought, that's too good to be true. I'll buy one. It's only 25 quid. So I bought it, and lo and behold, it is undoubtedly all 150 quid's worth of microphone. It's a fantastic microphone. So I'll have 3 more. So I've bought 3 more of them, thinking I'll keep 2 and flog 2. If I ever need drum overheads, that's what I'll use them for. I'll have a stereo pair of these microphones. But in the meantime, I've now got to wait for that particular retailer to sell out of them at 25 quid, because obviously I can't compete with that. I want to sell them for near the retail price. Not the first retail price, but the second retail price of about 60 quid. Obviously making me quite a nice margin. But I can't do that till they've sold out. So I've got these quite
They
big...
might have to sit on for a month or two.
Exactly. Well, I bought another microphone that was a similar deal about 2 or 3 years ago, a Marantz mic that sold originally for about £300 or $350, and very quickly would be on sale in the States for $200, here in the UK, £180, £200. Then right at the end of its life, they went on sale in the States, B&H were flogging them, for about $30, like peanuts to clear them. And you see all these videos on YouTube popping up where they're like, yeah, I got one of these from B&H for $30. Like, it's a $300 microphone minimum, and looks it, you know, it sounds it. But for a time, everyone could get that microphone for pennies. So obviously it's really difficult to sell. Well, I bought one of those as well, which is on its way to me. But I didn't pay anything like that. I still paid £60 for it, hoping that I can flog it for 100 or 150 or whatever I can get for it. But in the meantime, some lucky sod has got that exact product for like $30. So when this one that I've just bought 3 of, or 4 of, 3 today, went on sale for 25 quid, I'm like, that is the same equivalent. You know what I mean? That is that bargain where you're like, why did I buy 4 of them? It does make me wonder when I get things like that, how do they sell them for that cheap? You look at it and go, you couldn't make this thing for £20. So how is a retailer selling it, making margin at 25 quid? It just makes no sense. And I went back and looked at the reviews for it, and the reviews said that when they'd released it for $150, $200 or whatever it was, $180, people were reviewing it going, I don't know how they've made this product because it's too good for $180. I don't think the person making it is making any money. They're doing it as like a loss leader. So when you're like, okay, now it's like a fifth of the price. The same thing must apply still. I mean, are they just magicking these? Are they shitting them out of a cow or something?
I gotta interrupt the proceedings. There's a script. Betty, you first. Betty, Huey, why did you become a YouTuber? So this is the route they're going.
I know what you're talking about.
Betty wanted him to have a platform.
Oh, what he's saying is they're lying. Where I said you should have a YouTube channel and helped him set it up, it's being spun that Betty encouraged him to do so instead. I don't get it. So
Yes, it said the first thing was Betty said it's just going to be you and me for now. He said, "Oh, just like the beginning." And then she asked him, "Why do you have a YouTube channel?" So yeah,
couldn't give a shit. If he wants to disassociate himself from me having any influence on him, I couldn't care less. Like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? What you do as opposed to where you've come from is what's important.
I knew you were going to be watching.
He told the truth about ballbusters. And he said no. How did we get there?
Stress. And you said basically asked him, hey, no. I want half of your revenue because I know.
That he said, you said you want half of his.
I think it's a hand slip.
Now they're asking how you got on Nathan's show. He denied everything about the money that you said. He said that's complete bullshit. He was in all different hangouts way before Nathan, Texas. So people did know him before you. They're validating their position here. Don't know what this has to do about setting the book fiasco straight. Maybe he's building up a case. I feel like doing a Joe Pesci thing. Everything that guy just said is bullshit. What did I lose the room?
No,
Oh no, man,
been
I'm just
waiting.
listening in.
Yeah, so my wife had it on her phone a little bit, but I shut it off because It's freaking, they're just building up a case of how he became who he became. Stop the bullshit. People know you from Flat Earth Debate. Come on, man. Just thought about our origins. That's what it's all about. So, Price of Adam. My brother told me about Flat Earth Debate. I listened to the show for 3 years before I got on, but where do you know me from?
Just the show.
What's the name of that show that you know me from?
Flat Earth Debate.
Oh, gee. So, what are we doing here?
Oh, I thought it was the Quantum Eraser show. My bad.
So he's building up a case of how he was already famous, Nathan. He didn't need you. People knew about him.
Oh, I see. So this is spin for how they can go it alone. How they don't need to be parasites. I see. Oh, how quaint.
Right.
Oh, that's cute.
Exactly, but Betty messed it up by telling the truth in the beginning. He said, where, how did you get there? That's not what happened.
What did Betty tell him that was the truth? What did he say?
He asked Betty, how did I start on YouTube? And Betty told the story like you told the story about wanting 50% of the money. And he said, no, that's bullshit. Where'd you get that from? Yeah, he said something like, I don't know how you ended up there. But he's like, well, I thought that's how your show got started. And you wanted 50% of the super chats, and Nathan just said you could have it all. He refused. He denied that.
I love it.
Listen, that's what I was telling Jin today earlier. Truth don't need to be defended. If you try to defend bullshit, you have people telling the truth while you're trying to bullshit.
So right at the top of his show, QE's managed to be painted as completely mercenary by Betty immediately. How wonderful.
Yeah, you got to listen back. It's kind of hilarious because I'm like, wow, Betty's telling the truth. He's so Nick. And then he said, that's bullshit. That's not the way it happened. He was like, well, I thought you told me to. I thought that's how it happened. Yeah, I bet he has that accent. Yeah. What can you do?
Yeah, QE wasn't the only one. I mean, back in the day, I was telling everybody who interacted with me that they should just make a YouTube channel. A case in point would be Sly Sparkane. Do you remember Sly Sparkane?
Yeah, yeah.
He was just one of my chat trolls. He was just constantly in my chat. I was like, it's really easy to set up a YouTube channel. Just set up a YouTube channel. Just make videos. Don't give me this shit in the comment section. Make videos. Make a video response. That would be my comments to him constantly. Make a video response. Just make a video about it. What I was really saying was, make me an advert. But eventually he did. Yeah? So QE was no different. I'm like, why are you in the chat? Go make a video. Make a video response.
So you motivated him to, make a channel, which is good, right?
Yeah, I mean, he did go on Cathexis's channel, but he just didn't make his own videos.
Right. You motivated him to go forward.
Yeah.
All right. Slice Barcane just showed back up after TFE, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, he showed back up on the scene after TFE. What does he look like?
I have no idea.
Well, maybe I'm thinking of somebody different. Who am I thinking of? Like a burly guy with a beard?
Santa Claus?
No. Is it Slice Blockade? No, it is Slice Blockade.
Ian, Tony, Fred, Jeremy,
Jimmy,
Jacob,
Billy.
Jimmy, Tony.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore. So we'll have to wait for updates. When I get an update, I'll inform you.
Okay.
My wife said maybe he don't want to know.
Possibly, I think.
So yeah, so now I've got 4 giant boxes of these microphones because they're brand new in their original boxes, which are enormous. Because the mic comes with a shock mount and pop filter and all sorts of other things. So I have no space for these things. I mean, they were cheap. I've only spent 100 quid and I've got 4 of them. But I don't know where to put them. I've got no space for them.
So you're gonna have a live Boxing Day for us?
What do you mean, a live Boxing Day?
Well, a live unboxing day.
I do all that all the time. I did that today. I unboxed 2 microphones whilst on the live stream.
Yeah, but we don't get to see it.
I'm not going to share my video in the Hangout, but I mean, the audience got to see me unbox my True Mix or whatever it was called that was already sold. Yeah, you said all the right things. So with that mic that I just tested, you like, it doesn't sound any different to me than your normal mic, i.e. the mic I'm talking to you on now. But that's some distance away from me. And the mic that I was talking to you was like 3 or 4 inches away from me. That's what I like about this Neumann. That's why it's expensive. It can be far away and still sound like a decent mic close up. And it doesn't get in my way. It's not on top of me.
Right, so we don't know any of that. We only find out after you tell us. So,
Sure.
but yeah, it sounded the same.
Yeah, which is a testament to how good this Neumann is. Which is to say, when it's 2 or 3 feet away, it can sound as good as a mic that you're 2 or 3 inches away from.
And I think
Yes.
it's better because I'm not hearing the spittle in the side of your mouth or the inside of your mouth while you're.
Yeah, okay.
That's what always.
Yeah, you do get that though. You're not wrong. I mean, when you're up close on top of a microphone, you can hear mouth noises, like that sort of sound.
I noticed it when I was younger and I was listening to National Public Radio. They were always right up in their mouths, in their mic. And boy, there were some of those narrators or news guys or whatever I was listening to. You could literally hear the spittle in the corners of their mouths while they talked. And so, yeah, when you've got that thing 2 or 3 feet away or whatever, and it sounded like you're right there with a pop filter and all that stuff, but none of that mouth noise. That's cool beans.
Yeah, I completely agree. To achieve it, though, you've got to use a shotgun mic. And to use a shotgun mic indoors, you've got to have a fully treated room, which is expensive. So I wanted to achieve that from day one. And then as soon as I started using a shotgun mic, I'm like, oh, crap. I'm going to have to treat this space then. So I did. And it cost a lot and took a long time. But the net upshot of that is I can use a shotgun mic and get the benefit out of it. Normally, you'd only use them outdoors because there's no reflections off the walls.
Isn't that unidirectional though?
Well, it is unidirectional, but it's not unidirectional in the same way as a normal cardioid handheld mic or a condenser is like in a radio station. So a shotgun mic, it's got interference tubes down the side of it. So if something goes into it from the side, it bounces down the length of the tube before it hits the capsule. And the idea being that it's self-cancelling. It's like cancelling itself out before it gets to the capsule. So you get much, much better side rejection. So in the case of now, you can't probably hear Clover's iPad because she's directly 90 degrees to the microphone. So even though she's playing a game, you probably can't hear it.
No, somebody said in the chat, did Nathan pay Betty to be here? That's hysterical.
What Neil's asking, if somebody asked from the chat in Quantum Eraser's show, the guy who stole my book, asking if Betty was paid by me to be there.
I thought that he was asking if Clover was paid to play the game. So
No, he's not asking if Clover was paid to play a game.
We already know Clover's paid.
She's not paying the slightest bit of attention. She's not even hearing you. She's what? I know you can hear me. That's not what I mean when I say something like that. Don't come near me, because if the camera comes on and you're stark naked, I'll lose my channel. Go away.
yeah.
Don't wave your bum at me. Don't do that.
Clover, get dressed.
Go and get dressed.
He
Closer down now. We've given them to
You take the towel out as well, please. Don't do that. You will trip over.
What is up with Anthony, Sleeping Warrior? Really, Anthony? Black Swan and ring laser gyros are the best positive proofs for Earth being flat?
He really doesn't understand the arguments then.
Not denying mountains or valleys? Yeah, he's been away for a while. Well, he said that, I guess he's going on. In the beginning, there was Adam and Eve, not Huey and Betty. Okay, so he's being sarcastic. Hmm. All right, one deck is in there saying, this sounds like desperation. I'm going through his chat right now. Sounds like desperation. Not scripted. LOL, buzz. Lols to sleep.
He's starting to talk about the book now. But whatever.
Yeah, you can put it on
It's got 81 people there.
because they want to hear. Put it on. So I'll listen. You don't have.
I'm going to put it on my wife's show, my wife's phone.
Oh, we were enjoying the running narration.
Yeah, well, you can't hear it, but I'll repeat some things. Unless you want to just go to the chat. Let's go to the chat. Yeah, I don't need to hear his
I
shit
gotta
anyway.
be
Who
honest, I
wants to
thought
hear
you
that
said you weren't
voice?
going to watch, Neil. Did you just decide otherwise? Because I've hung around.
What's
I
that?
knew Neil was going to be watching.
Yeah, Neil was like,
No,
I'm not
I'm
watching.
not. I'm going in the chat. Checking my usual. Well, you want to watch?
My wife says that's the best bit anyway.
Yeah, just going in the chat.
Yeah, the little part I just heard, he said that you mentioned writing a book. And he goes, "Oh, that's interesting." And he goes, "Can I read some?" And then read like 3/4 of your chapter on gravity and said it was retarded. I don't know.
So they're going to attack the book that was put before them by 10th Man when Nathan narrated the Chuck. Okay, so that's their angle. They're going to attack that. Okay. Well, we all attacked it because we knew it could be so much better. And that's where this all came from. That's when they, what do you call it? That's when they, see, there's a problem here. I'm forgetting words. That's when they, what's the word I'm looking for? When somebody goes to help you, that's when they what? That's when they suggested that they could help you and make it the best flat Earth book.
Well, that's the end of that then, isn't it? So they've admitted to the scenario. So they've offered to help me with my book.
Well, I don't know if that's what they said, but I'm adding on to that because I'm saying if they're going to take it like that it was garbage what they read, then they're trying to turn it into what was put before them was literal garbage, and they stepped in. So why shouldn't they be recognized as authors?
Well, so they're bitter that they didn't get my blessing as authors. No, they didn't, did they?
From an outsider's point of view, having heard some of those FED, just general discussions on the show, I always kind of mentally pictured them as copywriters, copy editors, and resource like fact checkers. Like they'll hire copywriters to fact check a book just to make sure that when they wrote, Roosevelt was president in 42, that is true. And to beef up the
Oh, they were reading what Chuck and Asen wrote, and they're mocking it, and this is what we want you to replace it with.
Yeah.
I bet he's saying, "Oh, that's tedious to do, right?" So, how much of the book have you read? Well, I read the 4 chapters that were put before me, and it was painful.
It's gonna work, but okay. Let's try.
So now they're saying that he said that it ain't gonna work just looking just listening to the tapes. Just start from scratch.
Sure. It was about the show.
So he's admitting that's about the show. This book is Nathan and the show.
Yep. Was one of the authors, obviously. Who was Nathan Oakley, the publisher's introduction?
Chuck was one of the authors. Nathan was the publisher's introduction. That's what he said. You weren't the author. Chuck was.
You get this.
Oh, now he's saying you can publish the book whenever you want. That book.
At some point, you and Adam sort of decided to begin a new book.
You and Adam decided to begin a new book. You get that?
Who came up with that? Well, it had a different name. We weren't that concerned about the title of the book at that time. We were more concerned about the content of the book, right? And we were tired of sludging through the friggin' hedgerows. We wanted to get into some broken field running. So they finally acquiesced, right? And we started to write a new book.
Did they start writing a new book, Nathan?
Or somewhere in there said, "To hell with this. Let's go ahead and rewrite everything. Let's do it right." And how long because you said this started 2 years ago, how long after the beginning of that did you start a new book? Yeah, I can't. Maybe a couple months. Don't quote me. Okay, not in the end, right? In the beginning, near the beginning? Yeah.
So did they make it known to you?
Something completely new with people around that were in the hangout or in the meet, I think, that Nathan uses. Yeah, he taped all the meets. It was essentially in Adam. Adam was the scribe. Yeah. And we went through and we started each chapter over. Okay. What did you do specifically? Founded Adam. Okay, so he's done everything.
Can you hear this?
Basically. So, in the appropriate chapter,
no?
The chapter name was.
Well, I mean, it sounds a little shitty, but it's mostly
we would
legible.
Expand on that topic and try to do, try to leave no rock unturned. And then we would add our expertise, both Adam's and mine.
They would add their expertise, both Adam's and his.
It depends. Well, I got files upon files for years and years and years. However, a healthy chunk came from my website. Okay, so and that's been there for a long time. Well, we might as well let's go there now. Mm-hmm.
So why didn't he stop everything and write his own book from there?
From the website, but a healthy chunk we had copy and pasted directly from the website.
Right.
Especially these guys.
Sorry, I'm late. I didn't. Oh.
Not all of them. Healthy chunks, obvious, Black Swan, Flight. I don't know if we used the Bolivian sulfites. I don't remember that. Or the Block 1. Definitely Coriolis and no vacuum of space, obvious.
What do you think of this?
I thought it meant sorry, I'm late for the party. I didn't want to come.
Did anyone look at the bottom of the page by chance? It says 2015 to 2025 Globe terminated, copyrighted.
Oh, so he was writing his book in your room.
Copyright
I see.
punishable by fine and imprisonment. Yeah.
You getting that, Nathan?
Certificate of copyright and copyleft license. Yeah. Let's go to the terms and privacy. You give me some latitude. Yeah. Terms of use. This is very interesting read. Effective date, April 9th, 2020. Welcome to the Globe
Sorry, I'm not paying
Terminator
attention. You're
website.
in the other room. I can hear you asking if I'm hearing things, so the
This
answer's no.
website is subject to acceptance of the terms and conditions below.
I'm saying, did you check the copyright, Nathan?
Policy.
His privacy policy.
Using or obtaining any content or services through this website, you agree to be bound by these terms. If you do not accept all of these terms, then please do not use this website.
He claimed the book was all from his website.
Site is the sole and exclusive property of Globe Terminator. If everyone is confused, that it be me. Globe Terminator and its licensors retain all right, title, and interest, including all copyright, trademark, and all other intellectual property rights in this website. Copyright 2020. Shout out to Davey, my website owner. Thank you very much, sir. Luckily, he told me this is his jam. Mm-hmm. Nothing contained on this website shall be construed as confirmed by implication, estoppels, don't really know what that is, or otherwise any license or right to any copyright, patent, trademark, or other proprietary right of Globe Terminator. That'd be me.
Was he writing a Globe Terminator book?
Any users of this website. This website and the content provided on this website, including but not limited to audio, video, HTML code, buttons, graphic images, and text, may not be copied, reproduced, republished, uploaded, posted, transmitted, or distributed in any way without the prior written consent of who? Globe Terminator. That'd be me.
He put it in your book and called it your book.
Download, copy, and print one copy of material and graphics on one computer from this website for your personal, non-commercial use only, provided you do not delete or change any copyright, trademark, and other proprietary rights of Globe Terminator. That'd be me. All rights not expressly granted herein are expressly reserved.
If he did any of this on Nathan's website workspace, if he did any
Let him
contribution-
go. Hold on. Let him go. Let him go.
Or 2019. I'm sorry, 2020. Right there. But if you brought it up and you brought things to the table and said that people use it, how is that possible? People, they can use it. Did you just read what I...
This is scripted.
You can't publish it in a book. You can't make money out of it in a way, of a sense. Yeah. Right? That's basically what it means, right? Yeah. Okay. So when you go to this hold on. Let's focus here because this is very important. So there are two books. You have Flat Earth, Housekeeping Questions, Deflate the Globe. This is written by Chuck Berende, publisher, and Nathan. That is his book. This. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's another book, ladies and gentlemen. That is called Welcome to Flat Earth.
And that's not fucking yours.
The ultimate flat Earth reference. Yeah. That's not. Who came up with that title? You know what? I can't. It wasn't the original title after we scuttled Chuck's book, Chuck and Nathan's book. The original, that title was All Roads Lead to Flat Earth, the ultimate flat Earth reference.
So he planned this the whole time, Nathan. You were right.
He came up with, well.
Sorry, I just got back. What did you say?
So he had this plan the whole time, Nathan.
He came up with Welcome to Flat Earth. Every time we'd crush a baller. Essentially, it's shot clicks. Yeah. So, yeah. So this was the final title. Right? Can you go back to your website where you basically have the flat Earth proofs? Why are we going back there? Because I want to ask you something. That line of those arguments, you had most of them back in 26. First 10 days I was out here, I completed Flight, Living in Salt Flats. The EASS on Block 1, I got off of.
Just move the phone away a second, Neil.
Guy.
Neil.
What?
Can you move the phone away so I can talk to you?
On this.
Yeah.
My wife's just explained. I can just hear the phone in the background. So, from what I understand from what my wife has just explained, his intention is to, from the off, was to insert copywritten material of his own into my book so he could take it. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. As I said, Neil, this will only ever serve to make him look worse. So when he's offering me help, what he's actually doing is planning on parasitically stealing from me.
Well, they're going to spin it at the end that they came to you, I'm telling you. And they brought it to you to be co-authors, and that's how they're going to spin it. And that you just outright said, absolutely not. Rejecting all the hard work that they did.
So
That's
what
how
you're
they're going
saying
to
is,
spin it.
yeah, so they're saying that they retrospectively asked to be co-authors after he'd already planned to steal it anyway with inserting his own copywritten material?
Correct.
Right.
Yes, that should have been
Neil,
done in the beginning.
This is why I could kiss 10th Man. 10th Man said, just be honest, don't lie, don't deceive, don't cheat, and don't steal. He didn't say all those things, he just said just be honest, but the sentiment was there.
That was his intent.
Yeah. Well, when I'm sat here, not worried because I'm doing other things, it's because I've been honest. QE hasn't. From the off, he intended to steal this book from me. That's why, as he's just disclaimed to his own bloody audience, that he was inserting copywritten material of his own so he could usurp me at a later date. Why? Well, according to someone who told us earlier, was it Arthur?
Honey, whatever you think, babe. Yeah, Flat Arthur said he's seen it.
He said that he'd already seen that he'd got intentions of his own book and got one sentence printed out that he could hover over. Well, if he had an interesting life or career through Flat Earth, he'd be able to write a book, wouldn't he? Now, my wife explained, she's like, just put pen to paper and stuff will flow out of you about this subject, I promise you. So today, and every single time that I've been at the Tuesday art class, you have got little snippets of what's just poured out of me. And each and every time you go, well done, Nathan, that's what Flat Earth debate's all about. Well, that's because I've had an interesting career in Flat Earth. Quantum Eraser has not. Hence, he needs to be a parasite and insert his, sites information. Most of his website's just full of references and citations. That's what it is. It's a website full of citations and references. So, by inserting the citations that have come from his website, they're citations and references. He doesn't own them. But because he's got the words copyright QE at the bottom, he thinks he can usurp me and is all the while offering help while he's actually inserting what he thinks is his own copywritten material. He doesn't understand copyright law for a start.
Yeah, Globe Terminator, that would be me.
If he did anything and inserted anything in your workspace.
Yeah, he's also suggested that he's done it without my consent. Like I've taken his copywritten material. He's the one who's inserted it.
Yeah.
in your work,
He's the one who put
in
it
your
in.
workspace.
Hold on. He's the one who put it in, and he's the one who would not put in what you, the large chunks you were narrating. So the
Yes.
whole time he had a plan.
Yes. Take out chunks of Nathan's work and replace it with stuff from his website that he thinks is copywritten when it's cited sources that he's got accumulated in one place. You can't copyright that. Is he an idiot?
But the only way that this book could be relevant is if your name was on it, Nathan. Let's be for real. Your name had to be on that. That's why they needed co-authorship.
Yes. Parasites. But I called it. We already called it, Neil. I mean, I didn't necessarily expect him to expose that he intended to rob from me from the off. But he's just told his audience that that was his intention. You're like, so let me get it straight. While offering Nathan help, you've inserted sections of your own copywritten material in, so you can say, look, this is copywritten me. Like, are you having a fucking laugh? Really? Oh, okay. That doesn't make you look good, though. In fact, it makes you look awful. Bloody hellfire, are you nuts? Why are you disclaiming this?
Yeah, very weird. But like you said, there was a hidden agenda that wasn't made known to us, because every time we met, it was in under the guise we were helping you edit the book and get a wonderful book out there. Never once. I mean, I started seeing little things, but that came later.
Yeah.
Not at the beginning.
Now you know why QE was quiet when Adam was saying, oh, we're doing it for your assistance. Nah, QE was fixing to rob me the whole time, wasn't he?
Yeah, because he saw the potential and the excitement that was being demonstrated during your show. People wanted this book.
What QE doesn't, what QE obviously fails to appreciate is I can drum up excitement about a freaking microphone. That's what I do. That is what makes me me. That's why I got employed by people to sell £1 million hi-fis, because I can go into a room and generate enthusiasm for something quite mundane. That's how I do what I do. That's me. That's not, oh, there's suddenly excitement for the book. No. In the meantime, I've had to drum up excitement for 300 bloody microphones. Now, are they super exciting? They are to the customer that hands me money for them, because I've made them exciting. Why? Because I've made videos about them, talking about them, taking nice pictures of them. Making something exciting is just a case of effort. How exciting you can make Flat Earth is a case of how much effort you want to put into the subject of Flat Earth. Now, at the moment, I've got to self-aggrandize. I've got to look internally and go, how exciting am I? Well, I've managed to put that spin on my life previously, because when you're walking into a room and trying to flog hi-fi, when that rhetoric about me being James Bond, that was literally what I used to say to my dealers when talking about going to the studios, and vice versa when I was in the studios talking about the rich people that bought the hi-fis. So in other words, each and every person that I'm in talking to, I'm putting positive spin on what I do because they want to be associated with me and what I did, and therefore buy the product. That's how I would sell the product. Well, my product on YouTube is Flat Earth. That's what I'm selling. So selling that as a product generates excitement. When there's something attached to it that can have a dollar value, that's a book, I can easily drum up excitement in anticipation of the book even coming out. There isn't a book yet. Yet it's so exciting to QE, he's got caught up in the excitement so much, he wants a chunk of it. And has decided to insert, in his pathetic attempt to take control of my book, insert his own copywritten material in and go, look, copywritten. Oh, you stupid wanker. It is quite pathetic, really.
Yeah, it is. Sad.
Yeah, very. Now, that little gravy train of excitement could have extended very easily to a Quantum Eraser book. That is to say, had it been my charge to generate excitement for a Quantum Eraser book, I could have done it in a heartbeat, couldn't I? Now, when Brian says if things had been different, you'd be the bad guy. Yeah, but if things had been different, I could have been a very good guy to them and generated that same excitement for some boring-ass book where QE spins his very limited existence in this subject matter. By comparison. into something that would have been sold to people as exciting. Or more likely than not, it would have been trying to spin excitement into endless hyperlinks and references, which is basically his website. So he's gone, okay, well, if I insert my website into Nathan's book, Bob's your uncle. You're like, no, that's not what it's about. The fact that he was offering assistance in the first place could have been spun into a separate book for him, a separate book for Adam, and they could have had what they wanted, that excitement generated around them. Instead, they decided to be parasites. What a waste. How sad. It does almost make me want to cry.
Oh, now he's attaching the housekeeping questions with the stuff that's in the book under his.
Yeah.
So
Like
he's taking
Brian, what,
possession
he's
of
going
the
to try and...
housekeeping.
What Brian's done is the opposite. No, it's not about housekeeping. No, definitely not. Kiwi's going, housekeeping's mine. Yeah, okay, dickhead. This is
Hold
sad.
on.
Very revealing too, really, to the audience. It's not like I don't know what a narcissist looks like.
Betty just
You know the
said
one
you
thing
are
about a
writing a book
narcissist that's always
towards
true,
Nathan.
Neil? They never realise that they're a narcissist. Psychopaths don't know that they're psychopaths.
They're saying they were writing a book towards you, and he was going to give it to you.
Oh, that's so kind of him. This is hilariously self-indulgent. He was going to give me my own book. Oh, thank you. No, you tried to extort me with a copy that you acquired between yourself and Adam, and I told you to go fuck yourself, didn't I?
He didn't know it was going to take 2 years.
It's going to take longer than that. But they just won't be a part
when
of
did
it
you go to
anymore.
Nathan and say you want to be on the cover? This is going to be good.
Go and get a brew.
6 weeks ago. Why then? Why not? Is his answer. Why didn't you do it earlier is Betty's question.
Around with you, sunshine. After it goes, oh, relax. We got it. Relax. Oh, so yeah, but the question was incoherent. Why then? Why then? Because it was then. That's why.
That's the answer, because it was then. That's why he didn't ask earlier, Nathan, because it was then. So Betty's put him up to it. Betty said to him, you're putting a lot of work into this. Why didn't you discuss with Nathan that you should write your own book? So she said, why didn't you write your own book? He said, yeah, I didn't want to. He's a lying sack of shit. He's doing double talk here.
Just play it the way you were playing it earlier, you know?
What's up? It was fine. What?
I'm saying we can't hear what they're saying if that's, or maybe that's not your intention anymore. No, because when you had it up to your phone earlier, we could hear it.
Oh, okay, hold on.
So why didn't you think that it wasn't happened before? Friends. Yeah. Okay. What is a friendship for you? What does it mean? Pretty important, especially after a lot of years.
Friendship's important.
7 years, somewhere around there, probably a little bit more. Kind of important to me. Yeah. So what does a friendship mean? Friendship mean to me? Can we get to the specifics and the facts of the argument?
Can you get to the script, Betty?
What the friendship for you means, and when does it break? When does it sort of come to an end? The meaning of a friendship doesn't have anything to do with this topic. When did a friendship break? Somewhere it's in the October 5th. Yes. So Adam and I had talked previously. He went on his vacation before he left for his vacation. Some concerns that he had, and I said didn't like those concerns. Because I know Adam is a man of principle, and principles will
Just scumbag liar.
and things will go south. I thought that they were going to go south. That's exactly the way it happened. So I waited till Adam got back, and I said, "Listen, let's go ahead and make a meeting with Nathan." After all, we wrote the book.
We wrote the book. You heard that, right?
Adam typed it, every single word.
Every single word they wrote, Nathan. Wow.
Because I was there.
Because he was there. So was I. Jerk off.
On his computer, when it comes to school, right? Yes, he saved everything on his computer. He would drop parts of the book off in mutual. See, this also happened with the Skype and team turnover. This was a train wreck because Adam had lost some material that he posted. He can get into that. Let him talk about that. It's not up to me. It was a cluster. It was a cluster.
Oh, now you're going to hear bullshit from Adam.
Teams, appreciate it. Idiots. Well, yeah. Sorry. You had the book. How did you get the book on your computer? Well, I got it from Adam. Before he left, I asked him. I said, "Well, Adam, can I have that book? Can you send that to me, just in case if you die?" Hey. So,
Can I have that book? I didn't hear that.
Somewhere else.
I heard Nathan's book.
I just wanted to make sure, after 2 years of work, that wouldn't go to waste. Didn't like bring in the morbid aspect, but I thought I'd be direct with it, and he agreed. So he's okay. So you stored the book. Did Nathan ever get a copy? I don't think Adam sent him a copy. I don't think he asked.
No, if they were stealing it, why would they send it?
You guys were working on this book. What did he do? What did he do?
Oh, he's good. What did you do?
And the whole time, what did he contribute? He taped every session. And I would say 2 to 4 paragraphs in 14 chapters.
2 to 4 paragraphs in 14 chapters.
Rock in the hard place. And he had some.
Hold on, can you take it away a second, Neil? My wife's telling me something. Can you move the phone away?
Uh-huh.
Sorry, my wife's transcribing this shit currently. So what QE's just claimed? Did you hear that?
Yeah, that you added 4 paragraphs. So it took more than 4
Yep.
paragraphs.
And my wife's calling complete bullshit. She's the one transcribing the information from me to the Word document that I'm now going to have to reacquire at great expense to my audience. And she's saying, no, I've typed up many, many, many paragraphs. So, just bullshit.
He's giving you credit for 2 paragraphs out of 14 chapters. That is not just a fucking lie. That is an outright insult. And the fact that he won't put in shit that you wanted in there. What a scumbag. I'm getting fucking angry.
Like I say, Neil, what difference does it make? As QE's just highlighted, I did hear that. Yeah, I taped all the sessions. So while these 2 clowns were losing copies and getting robbed, oh, well, what do you know? Nathan's still got it all. It's just been transcribed by my wife. And when she's transcribing it going, today was an easy day, Nathan. Why is that, Paula? Well, because I was transcribing you talking concisely about the subject instead of the slurring fucking ramblings of a wanker whose name will be quickly forgotten or endless fucking hyperlinks from a website. When she actually gets to transcribe what I say, and it ain't 2 fucking paragraphs, she said it's an easy day of transcription. When she has to try and make Hegna Taylor the stupid, shitty ramblings of Adam fucking wanker, then it's a difficult day. So, no, you're right, that is an insult. But when my book comes out with my name on it, people will get to read stuff like you've been hearing snippets of, Neil, right? Well, those will be interjected with the material that's been reacquired by my wife transcribing all the sessions. Yeah? Not from their blackmailing little bastards attempts to get on my book as the authors when they're definitely not. Yeah? Saying that you've typed up Nathan Oakley's life, oh, that makes you the author, does it, you stupid retard? No, it makes you a thief. A thief trying to insert your own copywritten material from day one so you can usurp me. What a wanker. As I told you all along, Neil, the only thing this show is serving to do is to make him sound like a complete arsehole. He's not going to come out sounding good. He's not going to generate huge amounts of respect, is he? He's going to say it like he said it all along. Well, the reaction from me has been to what he's saying and is saying continuously, which is, you didn't write your own book, I wrote it. Are you having a fucking laugh? Are you delusional? You wrote the Nathan Oakley book about the Nathan Oakley show Flat Earth debate that's been running daily for 10 years. You wrote that, did you fucking smug twat? No, you didn't. You're nothing more than a glorified, trumped-up secretary. Both of them. And not even competent ones. By their own admission, they kept losing the material. So, you useless pair of twats, you'll be reading my book with my fucking name on it. You won't be reading the Quantum Eraser citation book. You won't be reading the Andrew Meekins slurry drunk book. You'll be reading the interesting book of Flat Earth debate. Stories about how people like Eddie Bravo are shouting me out as absolutely demolishing people. Interweaved with the discussions about Stephen Chess getting to talk to Alex Jones about how Earth's flat and being called a prank caller. The things that I experienced that a lot of people who read the book won't have experienced, and Quantum Eraser definitely didn't. But he thinks he wrote my book. The man's absolutely delusional. Like any grandiose narcissism, he thinks he's the author of everything, doesn't he? Well, dickhead, you think you're the author of cited sources? They're sources! You haven't got an interesting bone in your body. Your stories of Colonel Pyle and your stories of Mae West, even they are stolen.
Oh my God, you would be furious right now if you hear this shit. Only when your book accumulated 250,000 pounds did he want to cut 30%. And now he's claiming you lost it after that.
You're only getting a fucking dime, will he? Well, that's the good thing, isn't it? Being able to turn around to glorified jumped-up editors and say, no. You want my permission to be on my book? No. What's that? You were gonna give it to me? What you mean is you were gonna try and extort me with my own book to get your name on it, and you failed miserably, didn't you, you pathetic, grandiose twat? So, you'll give me my book? No, it's all right, thanks. My wife's almost finishing putting the skeleton together, and then I'll be adding the bones and meat. Sorry, the meat to those bones, right? QE won't be doing anything to do with my book, because he was sacked as the editor. Oh, he doesn't like being described as sacked. Well, tough shit. Now, you, with your one sentence hovered over a thumbnail, was about as much as he could probably produce that was interesting in a book. When I forayed into Flat Earth... ... That's about as much as he's got to say on the subject. Because when he actually discusses how he got into Flat Earth, Betty set the record straight immediately. Yeah, you got into it because Nathan got you a YouTube channel and encouraged you to do so, then gave you a show called Ballbusters that he developed, with a load of group chats that he put together, and simultaneously, after the fact, kicked you out of. So, but for the fact that Nathan Oakley exists, you wouldn't have any presence whatsoever, QE. But you were going to give me my own book, were you, you grandiose twat? I think not.
Well, he's claiming now that you flipped out. You gave him some bullshit analogy about a car. And he said the car, that was a broken down piece of junk that we brought into the shop and fixed up. And he's showing your book as a car that would have died on the operating table. So they Adam and him resurrected
Yeah,
it.
great. That's a fantastic analogy, even if we take it to be true. Let's say we take that to be true. My book was some tatty old dying car. I take it into the workshop. The mechanics work on it and make it all no longer broken and working and drivable, taxed, roadworthy with decent tyres. And then they turn around and go, I want this car, it's mine. I've worked really hard on it. You fucking delusional retard.
Now here's the soft part. But I thought about it for a while. I'm not hurting financially. He's got kids. So, I don't want money. He's got a weakness for kids.
Yeah. So what's your worth? Right? Yeah. So that was part of it too. And I sat there and thought about it, and I said, you know what? Well, I just give up the 30%.
right? And it's not. This isn't worth our friendship.
Yeah, let's just get something absolutely straight. You'll give up the 30% that you weren't offered, you stupid fucking retard. Nobody offered you 30%, dickhead. You haven't got a fucking publicist, and you haven't got a book. What, you were going to give up the 30%? You didn't have it, you stupid twat. But your parasitical ass wanted it, didn't you? Yeah, now we all know that you absolutely, without question, wanted 30% of my book. Financially. Well, you can cram it up your ass now, can't you, jumped up fucking editor? After you've been sacked? No, I don't think you're getting a dime. You're certainly not getting your name on it, and you're certainly not the fucking author. 2 paragraphs. Okay. Yeah, when my wife's done transcribing my book that'll have my name on it, there won't be any question of the 30% you'd be giving up. What, you were going to give me my own book and you were going to give up the 30%? There wasn't a 30% and there was never a book for you to take from me, you stupid clown. It's being produced now with a different set of editors. The 2 I had were sacked. You. Why? Because you're telling the author you're going to give up 30% of his book. You trumped up fucking retard. Are you delusional? Absolutely, without question, you're delusional. In your mind, you're getting 30% of my book. You call that help, you mercenary fuck. Yeah, well, that blew up right in your face, didn't it, you fucking retard?
They're co-authors by definition, he just said.
Really? Well, why haven't they got their name on my book then? No, they'll never have their name on my book. In their mind, they're still going to be walking away bitch hurt, telling themselves that they should have their name on my book. No, dickheads. No 30%, no name on my book. Just a pair of dickhead losers walking into the distance as everyone forgets their names. That's what's actually occurring. What, you were going to give up the 30%? Oh, how generous. Now, what I've done is taken your demands for percentages and rammed up your asshole and told you where to fucking go with a boot up it. That's what you can do. This is what I knew narcissistic wanker Quantum Eraser would turn into. Some mercenary fuck demanding 30%. That's what would have actually happened. He'd be turning around after he got his fucking name on the front, taking food out of my kids' mouths, wouldn't he? That's what the real intent was. The 30% he said he was giving up. He was never entitled to a fucking dime. He never negotiated a penny with my publicist. He hasn't got a publicist, and he isn't writing a book. He was helping me with mine and fixing to steal it the entire time. Well, you mercenary twat, you didn't have 30% to give up, and you weren't in a position to negotiate. You certainly weren't in a position to extort from me with my own material. And as for you writing it, we'll see about that when people get my book that they're absolutely excited to be getting. And it won't have your fucking name on it. It won't be riddled with your stupid hyperlinks that aren't yours, you dumbass. You think your website having the word copyright below it makes it yours? No, Dumbo. Obviously, you've got no idea what intellectual property actually means if you think that taking a load of sites, putting them into hyperlinks and publishing them on a website makes them copyright you. What a fucking spaz.
The acquiesce was to get you back to the table, Nathan. So why didn't they return your calls?
Because they were thieving
He's
it.
claiming he tried to get you back to the table.
He doesn't. There isn't a table for him to get me back to. This is the thing, Neil. QE is so fucking narcissistic. He thinks he owns the table. No, dickheads. I own the table, the house, the building, the conference hall. I own the receptionist, and I kicked your dumbasses out. You think you're bringing me back to a table? You've been removed from the fucking building, you retard.
He said he can't stop being a co-author. It's not negotiable.
Oh, is it not, fucktard? So let's see if your name's on my book as a co-author, you dumbass. Now, I absolutely assure you, your name is never going to be on my book as a co-author. You fucking retard. You keep telling yourself that. It's non-negotiable. Really? Oh, yeah, about as negotiable as my foot up your ass after I kicked you out of every single group I created. Non-negotiable. Well, dickhead, I'm going to go with no. You asked for my permission and you didn't fucking get it. So non-negotiable. What do you think you own? You think you own the boardroom? You think you own the table? No, Dumbo. There's nothing you own here. You're not in a position to negotiate. The rights to my book? You stupid clown. What a delusional, narcissistic idiot.
He just claimed you said you begged to give me back my book, give me back my book. He said, your book, you're looking at it, it's right here on screen. The other book is what me and Adam wrote. have a discussion, and we can get this squared away. You think, and pause, hold on. And with that, please give me my book. Adam and I were threatened with litigation. So, having not had any experience whatsoever in my life with litigation, I thought it'd be prudent to do my due diligence and shut my pie hole. How about that? Okay. So what I did was prudent for the last 6 weeks. I did my due diligence, and now I'm not shutting my pie hole anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So what is your due diligence?
What do you mean? What is my due diligence? I had to get in touch.
What did you do?
I had to get in touch. I had to go to a source that knew what the hell they were talking about. So I went to a copyright. I don't know anything about copyright. So I went to a copyright,
Nathan does.
intellectual property and trademark lawyer, and got my butt due diligence. It is one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Nathan says that he gave you a lot of messages to get back to the table, and you sort of shunned him or ghosted him. Response to that.
All I seen was, please give me my book. Please, 4 times or 5 times, or maybe 3. I don't remember. That's all I see. That's it. And then he proceeded to kick me out of Ballbusters teams and all the groups, even my own channel and teams, kicked me out of that, kicked me out. So the communication was cut off. He freaking did that because...
Yeah, you're fucking right, I did. That's because I owned all of those groups, you stupid fucking retard. Yeah? You think you built the community that you're saying you wrote about when you wrote about me? Under my guidance? You're a delusional idiot. You're damn right I kicked you out of the groups. I created them, you stupid dumbass.
I told you that's the road he was going to take, that you kicked him out. Everything's your fault.
Everything's my group. I'll pick out whoever the fuck I like. I created the groups. You didn't create any of this, QE. Otherwise, you'd hold the keys and you'd own the table and you'd be the one negotiating. Whereas what's happening is I'm telling you to go fuck yourself. What are you going to copyright? Your sites that you sourced on your website? Oh, yeah, good luck with copyrighting that, you fucking retard.
Yeah, what a sad turn of events this is for him. I mean, are people buying this?
Well,
Nathan
don't give a
says
crap. Who cares?
He only has
What they're
recordings,
saying
no
is
draft.
there's no negotiation. They're co-writers. Oh, are you? So your name will be on there? No, it won't, you fucking retard. I sacked you as editors when you decided to tell me that, no, I'm not giving you back your Word document. Notice how I kept calling it a Word document. Yes, because I had capabilities to transcribe it all. Even the stuff you lost, you pair of fucking idiots. Oh, we kept losing material. Yeah, you dumbasses. You did, because you're both incompetent.
channels. That doesn't make sense, does it?
No. Okay. So, what's happened now to the book?
Nothing.
Nothing? Au contraire, fucktard. I have continued to write my book without the assistance of 2 thieving scumbag traitors. That's what's happening with the book. Nothing. No, nothing with you, you dumbass retard. You've been sacked. So nothing's happening for you, but life goes on over at Company Nathan Oakley 1980, where a book continues to be written by a different editor. That's not you. So no, you're wrong, dumbass. It's not that nothing's happening, it's just it's not happening with you anymore because you've been sacked.
Okay, let's continue.
Do we need to?
Case number I filed a copyright with, not this book. This is Nathan's book. This book.
Oh, he's
This
showing
is
a.
filed claim.
He showed one page, your book, and now he showed a picture of 2, 4, 6, 12, 18 chapters of his book.
Welcome to Flat Earth, the ultimate Flat Earth reference.
Welcome to Flat Earth, the ultimate Flat Earth reference. So there's 2 books.
This book is a ship without a port. That means it's going to be sailing forever, portless.
Oh, he knows that. He's smart enough to know that, Nathan.
this book specifically. If some dumbass cracker goes ahead and forces port and enters this ship, or his hammer is going to come down on him.
Oh, so that's a threat to you, Nathan.
You see, the way it works with copyright, Neil, is the person who publishes the material first owns the copyright. Where's all the material been published?
On your show, but he's going to say it's been published on his channel and his thing.
Oh, really? What is copyrighted citations and links and hyperlinks? What a fucking retard.
Yeah, he thinks Globe Terminator is the copyright of everything that was being edited.
Yeah. Well, fortunately for this dickhead, I've got a book of my own, and his citations and sources and hyperlinks may or may not make it into the book.
I wouldn't even put him in the fucking book, Nathan.
Wherever I feel necessary, Neil. The point is, it's mine. What I put in my book, I will have the final say on. What's that? A source? Penn State's copyright QE, is it, fucktard? No, dumbass.
No, I'm saying just for their satisfaction, I'd let that freaking thing sail all the way to nowhere land. What you've been reading to me and the audience is a book. So he sacrificed a friendship and everything over this shit when it could have been resolved very quickly. They could have came to you a lot earlier and said what they wanted, so you could have said, no deal. Write your own freaking book. I will continue to work on this. Or just release what you had.
Yeah, well, it's all over, but for the crying, it seems. So who gives a shit? So what they're saying is the fifth draft that they've worked on is now meaningless, and what? It's non-negotiable that you're co-authors on my book? No, you won't be, dickheads. Yeah, that's what you wanted. That's what they always needed, as I pointed out ages ago, Neil. What they needed was to be co-authors on my book. Well, that's non-negotiable. Yeah, you're right, it's non-negotiable. You won't be, dumbasses.
I still don't see how Brian got so deceived by this. Is anybody, you guys still in Discord? Like, would what you heard, I don't know how good you heard it, would that bring you to an understanding that there's two books? I don't know.
I was just on their Discord service, and apparently they don't want anybody else there. It's just a little tiny group. They don't want anybody else having their opinion. Because Quantum Radiant asked if anybody has any evidence, and I was like, yeah, we have the evidence of the book being published on Nathan's channel, but he doesn't actually want to have any discourse with any other flat earth.
No, he just wants it, and even when Betty's pushing him on certain things, he's yelling at her. But, I mean, she's asking questions, siding with him mostly, but the truth is going to come out in the dirt. And in his delusional mind, he thinks that he's an author, and Nathan done nothing.
He's saying there's
really
two books.
A scary position. What?
I think it's delusional to say there's two books.
Of course. I mean, the whole time you're writing this, and then you're going to say, well, that was the time when Betty asked him, why then? He said, what kind of question is that? Because that's when he did it. Yeah, when the freaking thing was more than 3/4 complete and ready to go through its final draft. Then they decided on co-authorship, and I was wondering why. It all came to me now. Brian had said something like, for some reason, I'm writing messages in Teams, and they're not going through. This was a few weeks back, because that's what he claimed, that Adam had sent you a message, but it just didn't go through. And he didn't want to wait anymore, and that's when he started talking to you, and he laid the cards on the table that they want to co-authorship. It all seems rehearsed to me. They rehearsed this whole thing. This is a Q&A. Ask me these certain questions. Still got to hear from the other cats, too. Adam and Brian. Brian's going to come in and says, I tried everything I can to do what I can, and Nathan stabbed me in the back. Anybody tries to port that book, they're in a world of hurt. Plus, there's co-authors.
Yeah, he said submitted to a copyright claim. Or copyright, yeah, he made a copyright claim for it.
Yeah, so he's claiming that he can't even do it until there's 3 authors. He gave 13% of the book to freaking Brian, and you with a couple little tidbits.
This is a worthless ship. You know, basically, people will say you're better. No, because it doesn't. Well,
How can he ransom his own book?
Anything exciting happening? I've been putting my microphones away.
Yeah, they're claiming that if anybody tries to port it, they're in for a world of hurt because there's 3 authors. And if those 3 authors are not on it, it's going to be a portless ship.
Oh, really? Yeah, suck my balls, dickhead.
It's not my book specifically, it's our book.
It's our book, not...
Yeah, keep telling yourself that, Dumbo.
The majority of his book.
It's mine, it's mine! Yeah. If you say so, Dumbo.
They can prove that they did it. They are co-authors.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. Yeah, you asked if you could be co-authors, and I told you no. So you don't have to like it. That's just the way it is. Yeah, you asked for permission, and I said no. Then told you to go fuck yourselves for being extortionate wankers. So no, you won't be co-authors on my book. You telling yourself, well, I'm the... No, you're not, Dumbo.
Well, they covered themselves for it being published by anybody because he just said, if anybody has one creative thought in here, they're co-authors. He really does not know what an author is, does he?
Okay, bless you. I love it. Is that you thrashing around saying, my book, my book? Aw, bless. No, you were an editor of Nathan Oakley's book. And it seems like whilst you were editor of Nathan Oakley's book, you attempted to insert a load of your own copywritten material in there so you could usurp the author that you were helping edit by saying you were the co-author. Oh, well, that didn't work very well, did it? But now you're going to stamp your feet and go, he's kicked me out of all the buildings and all the groups, but I'm still the co-author. Yeah, you keep telling yourself, yeah, fucking retard. And when you don't see your name on the front, you stupid idiot, you'll know damn well that that ain't the case, that you've had Nathan Oakley's foot up your ass, told to fuck off, and been called a thieving bastard, which is precisely what you were. Past tense, because you're no longer involved, are you? You're not at the table, you're not negotiating, you're not giving me my book, and you're certainly not giving up 30% that you never had, you stupid retard.
Yeah, he gave you a couple of sentences. He gave you credit for a couple of sentences. Brian, 14%. When the fuck did Brian write 14% of anything? Really? I mean, I was there every day.
Yeah, Q is deciding that he's the one who's deciding what percentages of my book are divisible to who. You stupid retard. It's my book. It's mine with my name on it. Well, you're going to decide how much percentage Brian's got to ascribe to the housekeeping questions that his book's all about. Now, I'm demanding 90% of Brian's book. Yeah, he seems like he's a biography writer. He's just writing about the housekeeping questions. End quote, Brian. and then simultaneously lying and saying, no, it's not. Yeah, Brian's going to be accountable to me too. I'll be demanding my name on his book. I mean, how much of Brian's book did Brian really write?
I can't believe this was the smoking gun that they were waiting to shoot.
Yeah, what it does is make them seem
serious?
even more awful than they did previously. Yeah, which is precisely what I said it would do. Wasn't it, Neil?
Yeah, I mean, he might deceive some people. I mean, he's deceived Brian, Flatsy, and even
Deceive
Betty.
them? I expect them to believe him. You know what I mean? I was inserting sections of my own copywritten material into Nathan's book whilst helping him. That's what he's told his audience.
That means he's given his own express permission to put it in there if he did it himself in your workspace.
Yep. The
That's
man's
a bad
delusional.
analogy. They brought in a busted car.
Regardless, even if you take that analogy to be true, if you say my original third or fourth draft was garbage, yeah, it's a fourth draft. And then people said, oh, well, we can make this better. What, the fifth draft? No, the fifth draft is our book we want our name on. No, you fucking retards. Get lost. You're no longer editors. We never... What do you mean sacked? You can't say we're sacked. We're co-authors. Co-authors, I tell you. Co-authors. Bye.
What a scumbag.
Am I understanding this correctly, that essentially Huey is holding up a book or something, a document that he says he's copyrighted and not going to actually publish, but if anyone else publishes one idea that is in his document that he has yet to publish, but supposedly copywritten, that then there will be legal consequences?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
If anybody
Betty even
put
called
a
it out. She
creative
said, so you're holding the book
sentence in-
ransom?
It's the pathetic age-old adage of, you can't have it, and I can't have it, nobody can have it. I'm keeping it locked up in this box. Yeah, you fucking delusional wanker. Yeah, I'll be publishing my book, and you'll have absolutely nothing to do with it, Quantum Eraser, because you've been sacked as the editor. Which is all you were, you trumped-up tosser.
Yeah, he's claiming that if anybody had a creative thought, they are co-authors. Obviously, he doesn't know what an author is. That's why he's just making this shit up.
No,
You think he went to see
sounds like
somebody, Nathan?
Maybe, and they probably told him, no, this book's created for someone else. You were the editor.
Yeah, so in other words, nothing is good. What he has will not be released until everybody that was involved is put down on the cover as a co-author.
All right, well, that's wonderful. Meanwhile, the chunks that he helped me with as an editor were recorded and published to members. Why do you think nobody's really supported them in this thievery? That's because they all were acutely aware of what was going down while my book was being produced. So my members got involved. They got to see the process. What, like I published it already? Yeah, you fucking retard. That's to say I covered my back. So that if some thieving cunt came along and said, no, this is really mine, I go, really? Why is it that I've already got it published then, you stupid dumb fuck? Why is it that people already know this material's mine? Because I published it, you stupid spastic! There's a version out there that's alleged to be a leaked version. Who the fuck does he think leaked it? Me, you dumbo! Leaked it on my own channel so that I was covered with the copyright. What, oh, you went away afterwards? Like, post those dates? And have copywritten what you've got, your Word document that you stole? You copywritten that? Well, fortunately, I've published it already, you dumb fuck. So I can prove to a copyright law degree that it's mine. I've already published it. So you taking what you've stolen and saying, oh, I've taken it to a copywriter. No, what you do is publish, you dumb fuck. Never heard the term publish and be damned? You didn't. I did. Publish the creative process.
Yeah, his backdrop is no, it's been published on my YouTube channel. See where it says Globe Terminator? That'd be me.
He's delusional and idiotic. Like I say, nothing's unexpected or surprising in any of this. I'm delighted in a way that he's actually exposed himself as a complete wanker to his own audience. I was inserting chunks of my own material so I could take ownership of Nathan's book. So while the audience was acutely aware that they were offering me help to make my book better, end quote them, he's now going to say, oh, no, it's mine. I've gone to a copywriter. Really, it's already been published on YouTube to members. That is to say, as it's being created. My God, what an idiot.
I think you should listen to it later. Just, I know it's going to be annoying, but just listen
That's
to
what
it
you're
later.
here for. While I'm getting on making brews and putting the kids down, you're giving me a blow-by-blow account of what's going on, Neil, which is perfectly sufficient. No, I do not want to watch any of this crap. I've already had half of it imparted on me by you and my self-appointed representative, Brian's Logic. Dumb fuck. Nobody appointed you as my representative, you stupid twat. Meanwhile, I've had a blow-by-blow account of all of this shit prior to it coming out, from the two idiots themselves, explaining their own thievery. Or justifying their own thievery, moreover.
Yeah. So the whole time, that was all bullshit what they were saying. They weren't out to help. They were out to hijack.
Yep. Yeah, they were fixing to rob from me the entire time.
Brian's representing you? Oof, that's tough.
Say again?
What was that? I didn't hear you.
Oh, that Brian said that he was representing you?
Yeah.
Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's what he's suggesting. I was representing that. No, you bloody weren't. I can represent myself, thanks, dumbass. You can represent the housekeeping questions in your book. Copyright Nathan Oakley 1980, Brian. Yeah, that's the same shitty argument that QE's using, by the way, in case you haven't figured out the irony yet, you dumbass.
Well, yeah, he appointed himself, Brian, and that's the problem. But he's going to hide behind the I don't know what you're going to hide behind, to be honest with you.
Oh, he was gone.
Yeah,
he said he'd left the group, stormed off in a huff, slammed the door dramatically, and he's still hanging around like a little bitch. Oh, my God.
Well, now they're going to use that too, so still got to hear from Adam. They're going to use the fact that, well, when she asked him, when are you going to write a book? He said he never was going to write a book. And because, look at this, it was 2 years of grueling freaking... First of all, let's get this straight. It wasn't every day, okay? That's why it took 2 years. And the proof is, look how fast Nathan's wife is getting it done. They jerked around and they made the process longer and harder. Holy shoot.
Yeah, that's parasites for you. They're on your back making your life harder, simultaneously trying to suck the living daylights out of you. Eventually, you've got to pick those parasites off and flick them out away from you as far as possible. Yeah, that's what I've done. And as you can hear, go authors, go authors, go. Bye-bye, dickheads.
Yeah, he admitted that it's a portless boat. Oh, no. The boat will sail.
No. What he's saying is his little dinghy he was kicked out on. Yeah. Your little dinghy, you mean, that you're floating away from the big ship on? Yeah. This big ship's still floating, Dumbo. Called Nathan Oakley. It's far bigger a ship than your little dinghy I kicked you out on. Yeah, you can be co-author of the SS Dinghy floating away from my big boat. Yeah, what I will do from this point forth is take the piss out of him. Yeah? Co-authors, yeah, I tell you, co-authors.
I'm going to listen to a little more. You want to hear?
I'll get on with other things. But yes.
Draft, huh? Yeah, I think it's one too many beers, Betty.
So how many chapters does this book have?
This specifically has 14 chapters.
14.
The other, Nathan's book, well, we can go check. Book has 12.
Oh, okay. Right.
Now, let me just say this. I've been charged with lying. Can somebody please tell me what that lie is? I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. You said that you would help me with my book. What you actually meant was, I'm going to thieve your book by inserting copywritten material into it as we go. So you lied by saying you'd fucking help me, you thieving, lying, scheming bastard. That's what you lied about. Help, in quotes. Now, you weren't helping me, you were helping your fucking self, you thieving cunt.
Okay, hit play.
That'd be a great YouTube short.
You're getting him mad. He can just.
Wife thinks I'm getting you mad. She thinks there's a stop. He's fine. Hit play.
If you'd be so kind. Number 2. I've been charged, along with Adam, with theft. Stealing a book. Can you be so kind as which book I stole?
Yeah, the 5th draft you've got in your fucking possession, you stupid fucking retard. The one that Betty asked you if you'd given me a copy of. The answer was no, you dumb fuck. You answered it on your own stupid bleeding Lite show. When you were asked, has Nathan got a copy? The answer was no. So you've stolen it, you thieving wanker.
You've stolen it.
Play.
Yeah, if you would be so kind. I'd like to know. You're going to charge me with something. You better know half step. You're going to get your ass tore up.
I'm not ham-stepping, I'm putting my foot up your ass, you thieving cunt. You've stolen my 5th draft, and you're calling it the, quote, 2nd book. Yeah, that's what you've stolen. Spinning it into being something you can copyright, and then saying, what have I stolen? This is mine. I took it to the copywriter. I've already fucking published it, you stupid twat. You've stolen the Word document. That's what you've stolen. Are you a fucking retard? Calling it something else, aka 2nd book, and then asking what you've stolen makes you a delusional fucktard.
Not there. Couldn't spell cat if I spotted you to C and the A.
Well,
You flat earthers, right? That's also the
Some ballers did, yeah.
bring this drama.
is it here?
Whatever you want to call it.
Down there.
All right, okay. We good?
No, we're not good. You're a thieving bastard. You've relabeled my 5th draft the, quote, 2nd book and then asked what you've stolen. You've also been asked, have you given him a copy of it? And the answer's no. So that's what you've stolen. Are we tracking, Sally? You fucking retard.
Okay, hit play.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. What, with a thieving bastard in our midst? No, he's not anymore. He's floating away on a dinghy. SS nobody gives a shit. Asking what he's stolen. You've been expelled from the group for theft. Relabeling what you've stolen something else, aka a 2nd book. There is no 2nd book, you thieving wanker. So are we tracking, Sally? You're a thieving wanker. What have you stolen? The thing you're saying you've copywritten. What, my book that you were quote-unquote helping with? That was the lie you told, in case you were unclear about me answering point 1. What have you lied about helping me? What have you stolen? My 5th draft. You're calling it the 2nd book. I hope we're clear, you thieving, scheming, treacherous wanker.
He's sleeping.
Yeah, meanwhile, let's just lay down what's actually going to occur from here. You'll be floating away on your little dinghy, screaming, I'm a co-author, I've got it copywritten. That's what you'll be doing, while I publish my book, that people are extremely interested in seeing published, without your assistance. That'll be the help you lied about, you thieving cunt. Yeah? You'll be floating away on your dinghy having been kicked out. That's what you'll be doing, as you recognised exactly how much of your ass I owned when I kicked you out of your own chat group. That'll be Quantum Eraser Channel, the one I created. Yeah? So you can float away being a thieving, scheming, treacherous scumbag on your little dinghy with no one giving a shit about you, understanding exactly what you've stolen. And no matter spin calling what you've thieved a second book will change what you have done. And the reason people know that to be fact is because I'd already published it to my members. So everybody's acutely aware of what you've stolen. You want to think that relabeling it's going to make anybody who's got half a brain not see that you're a thieving scumbag and a liar who's telling his so-called friend with his kids that you're so concerned about that you're helping him, you lying piece of shit. May you burn in hell.
BMR006 says, my professional opinion is I smell a rat. Shame on you two, I guess meaning Adam and QE. I am sorry. I used to respect both of you. So let's get on with it. Hold on, there's more. Adam speaking.
Oh, God, I can't bear to listen to Adam's drunk fucking ramblings. This alcoholic pill popper.
Had a fallout with your friends over there, right?
I was, yeah, pretty moved.
Yeah. There's someone in here. Can you someone get them out? Thank you. You were removed. Was that of your own doing? Did you do something bad?
I spoke up for Arwen and said I wasn't prepared for Bob and Aaron.
Oh, they're going into his story of how he got removed from their show.
Right.
Oh, God, this is going to be boring.
Did were fully wrong. So by standing like I said, that's just not right. I mean,
What does this have to do with the book?
Nothing.
isn't that they kind of agree?
Not that we can hear it. I can just hear Adam mumbling.
I didn't realise passwords had been changed and I was locked out. So just had a sad evening. I'm not an argument, but a sad evening saying goodbye to Josh and what. So
What was your contribution to that show?
Right, is that it? Neil.
Can't believe my window's not going on.
Be on my end in terms of I did a lot of the yes, I didn't know. Well, Josh ran the show and I ran the show, you know what I mean, in terms of production. He ran it for the first bit and I just wanted to get into him.
I gotta put this on pause, my window's broke.
You are? Your window's broken.
My freaking right back window is not going up out of nowhere. I got power windows. And the freaking
and you can't.
right. Yeah, it's not going up.
Okay. Just
Holy
pay attention
shit,
to
it
the
looks
road.
like it's gonna rain.
Right, it sounds
What
like
the
that's
hell
it
could it
anyway,
be?
Neil. It sounds like anything that was interesting that needed addressing was relayed in a convenient way while I got on with things. So I'm very pleased that you've relayed the information as you have. Thank you very much.
No problem. I'll listen back later because I want to hear what these idiots think they have.
Well, we've heard it. I mean, we've got what we needed. They're not going to bury anything else further down the line as far as I can ascertain. They've handed over to Boring Adam about getting locked out or some boring shit.
Yeah, basically that's it.
Right. I'm still in the Discord server, so I would assume that people from the Discord server enjoyed hearing my reactions.
Yeah, it was good
Absolutely.
to hear. So.
Go ahead, Vaxi.
No, I said I was interested anyway. I mean, I'm going to be like, I was being nosy. I want to know what the hell Huey had to say. But if everything, like you said, though, If everything's from his website, they're just sources that anybody has access to. So I don't. Like
I
I
was
said,
wondering why
it
there was
didn't
two
help him.
different. I was wondering why you were here, and also there was a ball busters going on. I thought you were gonna pop yourself in there.
Well,
No,
yeah,
so
Nate, you should go ahead and pause.
initially I just thought I'd react. So I expected Neil to do what he did, or I hoped he would, and he has, so I'm very grateful to him. But I stuck around in here so you guys could hear my reaction. Okay, well, I'm going to do one.
No,
Yeah,
just
I'm out of here
sneaking your
too.
own shit into there to claim it's yours is ridiculous.
Yeah, I want to add my 2 cents in that I'm glad I did hear all that from QE himself. And just further cemented in my mind that what he's doing is just shady and dumb. And he's lying about doing his due diligence on copyright law. And by him saying, if I get this correct, if it's wrong, let me know. But it sounds like he's saying he's got a document or whatever he calls a book that he's copywritten and he's not publishing it. But if someone, who would that be, publishes anything that happens to be in his book that he's copywriting, then there will be, quote, legal consequences. So he doesn't know what he's talking about. He would need to actually publish that book and then claim that stuff was copied. And then, Nathan, you did your due diligence by recording and publishing segments of the whole process. Anything he says is automatically debunked by him saying on a video somewhere that they're helping to make it better and to make it a resource book and doing that all for you. I got that right?
Yes.
So far?
That's the answer to his question number 1. What have I lied about? Well, he lied about offering assistance to make my book a better book. He was actually fixing to rob it.
Well, and whether he was fixing to rob it at that point or not is moot. He is working in your proprietary workspace. I wouldn't be allowed to come in there and help you write the book. I'm surprised you let Neil in, frankly. But love you, Neil. But joke. So, but yeah, your proprietary workspace, man, that's like them coming into your office and you're walking around pacing and talking and they're typing it on your typewriter and they're working for you as copywriters or copy editors or fact fucking checkers. And that's all they're doing. And the resource part of it, Huey, I don't even know if I'm going to give him credit, but basically, Huey is known for he's got the facts. He's got just the bare bones of fact stuff and quotes and citations and give me a citation. He's got that down. He would have been a great fact checker person. He's not writing the book. He's just checking the facts and making it quote unquote, loosely paraphrase, and the best resource book available. But it's not going to be crap unless it's got a story to tell behind it. And frankly, this is kind of points to my situation or my observation of what all is going on is that at this point, most of what his contribution would have been is the stuff that we're generally just shying away from. The black swan, all the proofsies, and all the ninja arguments and stuff are secondary now to the fact that, what I'm hoping the book will be an explanation of how, everyone's been measuring it flat for all this time. Here's some anecdotes of how the past 10 years we've been missing it. You could actually be very self-deprecating.
I am.
And it would be enjoyable. It would be enjoyable to say, I this is how we came here, and this is why it's all. This is why where we're at now is it's flat. It's measured that way. Everyone knows it. Everyone does it, and let's move on. And here's some of the little arguments. Here's some of the little proofsies. Here's some of the stuff we went through, not realizing that everyone knows Earth is flat. Let's move on. So, it's very sad. I really am just saddened about the whole thing.
I don't know. There's so much more hype now. Sorry, I thought you were done.
No, go ahead, Amir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, there's so much more hype now than what's been. I mean, there already was hype at the beginning, but now it's just I don't know. I absolutely cannot wait for this book, and it's going to be the best. And when there's a controversy behind it, it just makes it even. I mean, dreaded by Globers and flat earthers alike. You definitely sell this out.
All publicity is good publicity.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Huey on Iron Realm. What a joke.
What's up?
It sounds like they're answering that question I said, well, who is Adam? Basically before a flat earth debate, and who is QE? It sounds like they're answering that bothered them more than anything, that they were fucking nobodies.
Yeah, vanity. Of course. It gets you every time, huh?
Yeah, like my personal opinion, just being as someone that sits in on the Discord pretty much every day and listens. I never know when QE is going to come in or when because Adam's really not on the show that much either. He hasn't been for a while. So it's like every time they popped in, you automatically knew what the subject was going to change to. And as being as someone who's like not in any of the back rooms with you guys or on any other servers or anything, I never once got the impression that they were co-authors. All they ever did was talk about your book. Like they've admitted their position and what they were doing thousands of times on your YouTube channel. Like I don't see why they would think that there would be any kind of there's no confusion on what their roles were.
This must be something going on in the back scenes. I don't know. Cause it seems like they even admitting it now. Like, so I don't know what flipped where it says, "Oh, well, now we co-authors now." Like,
yeah, it's never like, "Oh my God, why are they not co-op?" Like that was never like anything that was ever mentioned, or like they never expressed themselves as being that. They were literally just. I mean, all they ever did was talk about helping you with your stuff. That's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, when QE changed the tune and said, "No, I want to be a co-author. Give me 30%," I told him to go fuck himself. What's that? You still want to be at the table negotiating as a co-author? Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, in spite of their incompetence, continually losing data, getting robbed. I mean, bloody hellfire, useless pair of twats or what? Meanwhile, the hyperlinks that QE provided may or may not come in useful. You can't copyright that, you fucking retard. What I will produce, that's my book, will have my name and my name alone on it, while I describe my journey through Flat Earth, creating housekeeping questions and running a show for 10 straight years. That's what it'll be about. What, the 7, oh, maybe it's longer years that QE was involved. No, you weren't. About 5 tops. And then you wanted a swan song, what, after 5 years of having a show that you took from me, that I created? That's your story? No, jerk off. You'll be floating away in your little dinghy talking about how it's SS nobody's going to give a fuck.
Now it's the intros he's done for you. The work that he's put in, making
Oh,
your
did you make my
thumbnails
intro,
and the
Adam?
intro.
Oh, Adam, did you make my intro? It must have taken you all of an afternoon. I've published a show for 10 fucking years, you retard. Made my intro. Does that mean you own every show? Maybe I should be giving you at least 1% of every show because you made the intro. Yeah, Adam made the intro. It took him an afternoon.
They're making themselves relevant before your shows. Because he was talking about how you were the conduit, but everybody got together. He found out where the lighthouse was, put a Batmobile. Stein, remember that back in the day?
What's he talking about? Is he talking about me and Anthony going to some bees? Adam wasn't there. Yeah, Adam was too busy getting excluded from Iron Realm Media too, wasn't he? It seems like Adam's like a stale fart. He gets kicked out of everywhere he comes to, doesn't he? Why is that, Adam? Why is it that you keep getting excluded from the groups that you're a part of? Did you try and thieve from Iron Realm Media too?
Betty asked him, did Adam give you the I guess the Word document? And he said that he published it, but you guys you kicked him out the group, but he kicked yourself out the group too. He said all you had to do was download it or something.
Yeah, they're just lying. So one side of the story is me asking QE 4 times, according to him. All I did was ask 4 times for my book. But simultaneously, no, we gave it to him. He just had to download. Yeah, lying fuckers, pair of them. Why would I be asking for it then? I'd be asking for it to save the work that my wife's had to do over the last 6 weeks. That's what I'd be asking for. Meanwhile, by them doing this, what I've actually... Go ahead.
I thought you guys were just changing the title. I didn't know it was 2 books. They keep saying a second book. And then because he said, oh, you asked for your book. And they say, oh, well, we gave it to you. And then like they kept the second book. Oh, this is our book. But wait a minute. I thought y'all was just changing the title. I want to know y'all had a second book.
There was no second book. What they're saying is, this is a different book that we wrote in your conceptual space whilst telling you that we were helping you write your book. That's a second book that we were writing for ourselves. Nothing to do with you. What's that? What have we stolen? Nothing. This is something else. That's what they're doing. It's pathetic, really, isn't it? To justify thievery, they've labelled what they've stolen a second book. That's what they've done. It's absolutely pathetic.
Yeah, and they're claiming that the first book was trash. Adam's ripping the first book apart right now, saying it was trash, but he really didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
So it's not a contradiction. A car rolled in that was crap. We made the car better. No, actually, we made a second car. It's a second car. You fucking retards.
That's a false analogy, fallacy, as Huey would say.
Yeah. They offered to help me with my book. What's that? There was 2 books. Sorry, I've got a whole Discord panel here. Who here was aware of a second book being written by Adam and QE?
Not me.
First I heard of it.
First anybody's heard of it, you thieving cunts. No, you're just thieves. What you stole was my 5th draft. You're calling it the second book? Yeah, that's what you stole, you thieving cunt.
His answer is steal. I wrote 90% of the second book. I just want co-authorship.
You're not getting it, you thieving cunt.
Well, then neither are you. I'm going home.
I'm taking my ball with me. It's sailing out with a little flag on it called the SS Nobody Gives a Fuck About Us Anymore. Yeah, you'll be sailing into the distance going, co-authors, I tell you, co-authors. Yeah, meanwhile, SS Nathan Oakley plows on.
Now.
ploughs on in a southward direction towards the offing, towards new lands, along with lots of people on board still supporting me. Listening to you saying, first I've heard about a second book. All we saw was Nathan's book being produced in Nathan's hangout he produced to Nathan's members. That's what people saw. Yeah, you're not going to change history, you pair of spastics. You think you're going to change history?
Yeah, this book was supposed to come out this Christmas, right?
What? Which one? The first one or the second one?
Yeah, one. It was only supposed to be one book. So, like, yeah, like...
Sorry, but these two lying bastards have said that they've not stolen anything because there's only a second book. What they've stolen isn't really mine. It's not the one book that was going to be coming out at Christmas. No, there's a second book. Okay, what, the one you've stolen, my fifth draft, you mean? That you've relabeled something so you can claim you haven't stolen anything? You're thieves. Make no mistake, you two thieves will burn in hell. What did you lie about? Well, when you said you were going to help me with my book, you're now calling it a second book that you own 90% of, therefore it's yours. Co-author. You're not going to have your fucking thieving name on my book, you thieving bastard. What did you lie about? Helping me, you thieving cunt. That's what you lied about to answer point one. Point two, what you've stolen is what you're calling a second book. Nobody here is under any apprehension that there were two books being written. There was just mine. You've stolen it. That's what you've done. Relabeling it second book is fooling nobody. You're still going to be remembered as a thief. So will Adam, the thieving scumbag, lying bastard, making up stories of having glaziers come to rob him. What a lying fucker. Yeah, meanwhile that mumbling drunk is a thief. He's stolen my fifth draft. He's decided to go along with QE's lies about calling it a second book. There is no second book. There's just what you've stolen, you pair of thieves.
Oh, now he's claiming the reason why is because Chuck had a heart attack, so he had more work put on him as an editor.
Sorry, was Chuck editing the second book or the first book? No, Chuck was only interested in me. There was no relationship or a contract for 30%. There was no contract with Chuck for Quantum Erasers because there isn't one. Fucking lying retard. Second book? Who's the publicist of this second book? Sorry, some phantom copywriter you've been to, you lying twat. No, dickhead. There is no second book. There's just the fifth draft you've thieved. And you will be remembered as a thief. You wanted to know what you were accused of stealing? The fifth draft. You've relabeled it, quote, second book. That's what you have stolen. You're claiming you wrote 90% of a book you worked on in my conceptual workshop. You fucking thieving cunt.
Now they're talking about were you hired as an editor?
Then they offered their services.
It's probably 4 months, I would say. 3-4 months before we just abandon everything and start again.
Nathan, where?
Yeah, well, right, so by this point, I think Nathan's pretty much recording everything. Posterity. Which is cool. You know what I mean? Then we've
You stuttery thief. Yeah, you stutter and stammer your way about me absolutely recording every fucking word. So that when you lie about what you've stolen, I can call you out as a thief. And QE, you're both thieves, you stuttering, stammering drunk.
what we've got to do, we know we've got to start again. So we just start, I don't know where we started. Was it chapter 4 with Gravity to get things?
That's not starting again, you fucking retard!
Point that you...
Started again from chapter 4? Oh, we started the race from the 200 metre mark. Because we started again, like, from the 200 metre mark. Because that's what starting again is. You self-contradicting twat.
Again, not an agreed convention. It just kind of evolved organically. Slowly through contribution, if you see what I mean. So nobody said Adam and QE are going to end up writing this book. Everybody else.
Right, this book, singular, one. Sorry, QE's lie that you're not towing the line of Adam is that there's 2 of them. You need to be describing 2 books, and it seems to me like you're only describing one. The one you've stolen.
Adam and Huey are going to be writing this book. That was never said. What the frick, is he delusional?
What, singular?
Everybody was
Sorry, I thought there was
hoping to edit the
two.
book.
Sorry, what, singular? Sorry, according to QE, there's 2 books.
That's all. And, that's what status quo remains all the way through. It's not to say that Brian and Pat's contributions weren't helpful. Knowing that I can't spot evidence with the word "and" is often useful. But in terms of from then on, really,
They haven't mentioned me yet. I wonder what the reason is. Because they mentioned everybody, but they haven't mentioned that I was there.
being QE, I mean, even QE's working.
Yeah, you shut everybody the fuck out.
Just these things evolve. No, there was never you are this, you are that. Those sort
But what he means by that is you were never described as the author. So when you kept the 5th draft, that's when you stole from me, Adam. Let's get it clear. You weren't this, you weren't that. No, you just weren't the author. Shocking. When we're describing Nathan Oakley's life, history, and discussion points of flat Earth debate throughout its history, that's not authored by you.
years. This is when you're starting to be given these, well, when the Ghostwriters title came out, so I'm thinking, well, I was happy with that because it's recognition of the author.
Are you a fucking retard? What do you think ghost means? If you're going to ascribe yourself the title of ghostwriter, which you didn't, Ranty gave you that title, you dumb fuck. He called you a ghostwriter. You think ghosts are seen and recognised and put on the fucking cover? If Ranty's right about what you'll get. So Ranty's decided what you are, has he? Ranty's the arbiter of who's my book author? You delusional twat bag.
I told you it was when Ranty started saying that they got delusional. So then basically what he said after that was, no, Ranty's just jealous that you have friends that are helping you. So that was a fucking lie.
Yeah, and as is the, we're writing a second separate book lie. Because they're not. Clearly Adam's back on the context of there's only one frickin' book. It's the one they're writing. With me. Tutoring them and guiding them and supervising them in my space that I've recorded and published already. When they said there's a leaked copy of the book, they weren't saying there's a leaked copy of the second book that Quantum Eraser's writing. Nobody's that fucking stupid. But if you lie, you gotta lie big, right? Oh, there's 2 books now. Oh, really? Well, I asked my panel, and not a single person was like, oh, yeah, I'm acutely aware that QE was writing a second book. No, liar. There's just the 5th draft you stole. You wanted clarity on what I'm calling you a thief for? The thing you've relabeled second book. That Adam's not towing the line of that lie for you for. So Adam's not congruent with you when it comes to descriptions of second books. He's just describing the one. The one you lied about helping me about, just to cover the first point you asked about. What did you lie about? Being helpful? This isn't helpful. Quite the contrary, in fact. Detrimental.
Mark J from the chat says, I always thought that you guys helping with the book was a way to thank him for being the conduit 5 days a week, 52 weeks of the year. This book is all down to FED. Well frickin' said at Mark J.
Yeah, that's why I knew there all along, Neil. The audience is not going to in any way suddenly see this as positive spin. Oh, right, so you're inserting copywritten material into Nathan's book you said you were helping with. It's not actually Nathan's book at all. It's the second book you're writing that you've gone out and copywritten for yourself. You were going to give him the 30% that you weren't entitled to because you haven't got a publicist. Because there is no second book, you haven't got a publisher, nothing's contracted to you, and you're not getting a fucking dime. You offered to help me make it better. But actually that's no, I'm inserting copywritten material into Nathan's book. But it's not Nathan's book, it's a second book. The Web of Lies a Scumbag Thief Tells.
Yao Young Cat says from the chat, Adam is sounding like a Woody Allen character. Sounding like a weasel. Just saying. doing it out of friendship, ? You're demanding money for it.
Started to have concerns that Nathan wasn't going to be a friend and wasn't going to be genuine. Was going to try and pass this work off as his own. Did you see that video that he made?
So now Adam's insinuating that what they've stolen, the fifth draft that's being called the second book, I was going to pass off as my own. No, I was going to go through what you'd put in as the fact-checking editors and then make it absolutely unequivocally my own again, where we've got talk of Mae West and other stupid shit that I'd have removed from my book that I'm writing with the assistance of a couple of thieving wankers. Yeah, that's what would have actually happened, Adam. It's not that after your shitty little drunken experts were putting your 2 pennyworth into my book to help, that I wouldn't then go through and have the final say of what goes into it. That is still absolutely unequivocally the case, by the way. What I say goes in my book. Shockingly, it's not you with the final say in my book, you stupid twat. You self-aggrandizing, trumped-up secretary. No, you don't get the final say in my book, you fucking retard.
Hold on. Where does he get off saying he doesn't think that Nathan was going to be a friend? When have you displayed any characteristics of treachery? They did not give you a chance to go and write what you wanted to write about the help you received. So now they're trying to freaking backtrack and cover their tracks because they're saying they thought that you weren't going to be a friend and give them the credit they deserved. Well, you weren't going to give them co-authorship if that's what you're looking for.
Well, they asked me to be credited, didn't they? I've got this all recorded, you stupid lying pair. You asked to be acknowledged in the book, and I agreed. I've got it recorded!
Well, let me see what he says. Let's see if he says that.
Nothing else to tell out with TV. There was a video where he says nobody's going to be mentioned on the cover of the book, nor in the book. It's just going to be published by me. So it's a Nathan Oakley book. Did you see that?
I think there was another bit of that that you can think of it. It's one of those moments where I think, genuinely, he's going to tell the world this is his book.
It is?
Yeah.
You're going to tell him it's your book?
I had a problem with it's not right.
Well, why don't you fucking say something?
Because Nathan made clips of you specifically. He sort of targeted you in the sense that he said, in that clip, you say, yeah, it's your book, Nathan, it's your book. We are writing, we're helping you. It's your book. Why is that? Is that out of? Did he clip it? Is that genuine when he portrayed that? Was that also your thought?
What does Neil? He was drunk.
Neil and Brian. Nathan's already been triggered before then, which I mean to justify, when Brian said the lads don't write your book, and I'd be jealous of that level of help. But that afternoon, that's where Neil and Brian are having a go. It's not your book, you haven't wrote it, sort of thing. And this is where I wanted to step in, because he hadn't wrote it, but it was Nathan's book. The way I'd written it, was Nathan's housekeeping questions. All I've done, the way you have to author a book to write it, was as Nathan's book. It wasn't Adam's book, even though I was the author. The way I spent ages structuring stuff, getting it all the info, but to flow and to read was Nathan's book. It was Nathan's story, Nathan's journey, Nathan's analogy, Nathan's SED, and the housekeeping questions. That all the combined knowledge that we pulled was wrapped around, if you see what I mean. That was the narrative. It was about Nathan.
Did you ever discuss terms of payment earlier in the beginning? Or did you just, because you wanted to help Nathan, you never spoke about money, being on the cover of the book, being mentioned. You know, I spoke about it in the earlier stages of writing for him.
Not earlier, because it wasn't a thought early on. As soon as you get into it, you realise you're authoring a book. If you're a reasonable person, you only put yourself in Nathan's shoes. But there was no concern, certainly early on, that Nathan wouldn't be a gentleman and do the correct thing, the moral thing, which is to, you know, it was co-authorship. We've really got to look at what that term means for you to realise the implication, but also as a decent person. And like I say, it's only later that I'm starting to get vibes that actually, you know, he is going to try and pass this off as his work. You know, tell the world, yeah, that he wrote this. And that, right, is what I approached QE about. And then being black and white was like, don't be stupid, Adam. You're being paranoid. Well, so, no, over that time, it's only when you think, bloody hell, no, he is going to. Right? And that's out of order. Now,
So you gave the impression that you were going to make them co-authors?
No, that's just a lie.
That's news to me. Well, he's seeming like it, like he thought the whole time that in your head you were going to do the right thing, and then he's getting
I'm
vibes
sorry,
that,
I
wait a
didn't
second.
realise Adam was telepathic and knew what I was thinking. Did I mentally give it you as a telepathic? You fucking retard. No, dickhead. I wasn't thinking that. You're not telepathic. You didn't know what my thoughts were. I said, you can think of getting your name on it, but it won't be. I've also got that recorded and published. Me telling you that, you lying fuck. So you want to claim that you thought I was going to give you credit when I explicitly told you I wouldn't, recorded it and published it to my audience? No, Adam, you lying sack of shit. What people will now do is go and get the shorts video I published of me fucking telling you you wouldn't get any credit. Sarcastically saying, you can think of getting credit, but you won't be. So no, you lying fucker. You were told what you wouldn't be getting when you offered your help. It was made explicitly clear to you. But in your mind, you thought I was thinking something different than I actually fucking said to you. Now, you're a disingenuous lying sack of shit, Adam, and you belong in hell. For your lies. You were told what you would fucking get, explicitly. Then what I told you you'd be getting, which is nothing, was published. Don't tell your audience you thought I was going to give you co-authorship. No, I told you what you wouldn't fucking get. I certainly didn't give you any impression that you, a lying, thieving cunt, were going to be getting anything. But you can think of being a co-author, can't you, Adam? You can think of yourself as a co-author, you stupid dick. You're not.
Well, I guess he was saying that because he brought it to QE and said, QE, he's not going to mention us at all. We're not getting co-authorship. And QE said, don't be paranoid.
Right, so simultaneously you're going to QE saying, I don't think he's going to give us co-authorship, but also, I thought he was going to give us co-authorship. Are you demented, Adam? Do you belong in a mental institution? Because you've simultaneously suggested that you both thought I was going to give you co-authorship, but simultaneously went to QE because you didn't think you were going to get it. No, I told you you wouldn't, you stupid, demented idiot.
Yeah, I think that's what he's getting on about. Hold on, let's hear.
was my objection and only that, because I had offered to help. And even though I wrote it, I realised I wrote it, I kind of offered. So I wanted to do it for Nathan's kids. And I've helped kids a lot throughout the years with great pleasure.
I cannot fucking believe my ears. So let me get it straight. For the benefit of my kids, you thieved the 5th draft off me and relabelled it a second book that you took to a copywriter. That was to help my kids. You belong in hell, Adam. You haven't helped my kids. Quite the contrary, you've been very detrimental to my financial state and my family. But for the fact that I've had assistance from my very supportive members and Patreons and PayPal supporters, I wouldn't have been able to employ my wife as an editor to replace you, which is what I did. Now, she's not demanding co-authorship. She's not claiming to be telepathic and say, I thought I was getting co-authorship, while simultaneously telling a co-conspirer, I don't think we're going to get co-authorship. You Contradictory dick.
Now, 101 people came to hear this shit.
We're still happy to take 0%. Do you understand that? I didn't want any money, but I did.
No, that's wrong, Adam. You see, your co-conspirator, the other thief opposite you, demanded 30%. He's admitted it to his audience because he knows I recorded him. So he can't lie about it, can he? He was suggesting he was going to give up the 30% he hadn't got any entitlement to, but I absolutely assure you he was demanding percentages. He absolutely wanted money. And so did you, Adam. I'm sure you and your co-conspirator are all in alignment. You've got your ducks in a line, right? Which is to say you wanted 30%, but you were going to give it up. You haven't got a publisher, you weren't entitled to a fucking penny, and you were told you can think of your name being mentioned. But it won't be. So that's not me telepathically telling you you're going to get co-authorship. You're just an idiot.
Yeah, there was delusional world going on there. You did it for your kids. Boy, they're playing it up.
Yeah? What, steal my 5th draft? Oh, how very beneficial that my wife's had to spend 6 weeks transcribing it. That's been so beneficial to my kids. No, what you've done is be detrimental to my family by thieving from me and then relabelling what you've stolen a second book. That's what you've done, you thieving cunt. You and your co-conspirator Quantum Eraser belong in hell, you thieving, lying pair of bastards.
We're not gonna forget about them.
That it?
No.
It was correct to be almost just you have my name as one of the authors, because I was. And say,
I was the co-author. I was co-author. Yeah, bye-bye on your little boat floating away into obscurity, Adam Jerkin.
Nathan, I never, and I was in every freaking room, you know it. Never did they ever imply that they wanted co-authorship. Not one time. So where the hell is this coming from?
About 6 weeks ago when Betty asked, well, when did you make this decision? Well, it was just a Tuesday. I mean, what kind of question is that? What you mean when you decided to implement your plan, having inserted a load of your own copywritten material, according to you, into my book that you were helping me with? Yeah, what you did, QE, just to clear up, because you asked, was lie about helping me, and then you stole the 5th draft. You've called it the second book. So we're clear, you are a thief. So is your co-conspirator, Adam, whatever his name is. The thief. The one who's now saying, I wrote this book. What, the one you offered to help me with? After saying, oh, well, these chapters aren't good, we'll have to rewrite them. What, the chapters of my book that you were helping me with and have kept from me and are now calling a second book that you've stolen? Yeah, you did. You stole from me because you decided that you were the author, Adam. Well, no, what you ended up was being removed from a group for a second time. Like you were removed from Iron Realm Media for whatever reason. Now, I removed you for being a thief, for withholding the 5th draft that you think you authored. Really? Well, it's interesting that that was written and published to my audience who have absolutely no sympathy for you, and are under any misapprehensions that there was a second book. Now, there's only the book that I'm writing that I'm contracted with a publicist. You are not. You are not an author, Adam, or you'd have a fucking book out. Now, when you explicitly told my audience, also available on a shorts video that I'm sure you'll have rammed up your ass by my audience, you made it explicitly clear that you were helping me with my book. But now what, you're going to spin that into, while I was helping Nathan write his book, I realised I was the author. Oh, did you now, you fucking idiot? No, that's why you left with your foot up your ass from me, and your name will not be on my book. 'Cause it's mine, you demented twat. You offered to help with it, you lying shitbag, and then you kept the 5th draft that you offered your so glorious help for my kids with. Sorry, how did you help my kids out? By stealing the 5th draft? No, that didn't help me. It got you condemned to hell by me, though, you lying shitbag. You're on mute, Neil.
Oh, shoot.
They're obvious, you know what I mean? And then that's when you get the whole bad gut feeling. And I said to QA, this is going to go bad. We have to have a word with them. Did you give Nathan copies of the chapters of the book? Did you sort of get help both from him? No. So I would always put stuff just into the side room originally, and then Teams. Whenever we finished the chapter, it's the irony as well. But I would even be putting previous editions because that's what we read and stuff. Have a look, so even if people were looking at it, it's the foreign copy. We can be that in there. Also, when we was done, annoying. But the place is always back up the definitely dungeon to be in a room called, we named it, the Supreme Council, which had 3 people in. It's not just. Oh, this is the irony of it. Obviously, Nathan kicked everybody out, or me and QE out of all those groups. But he also removed himself because he didn't form the Supreme Council with the QE did. He couldn't take us from that. So he left that. And if he'd have scrolled up in that room, 2 weeks before, I'd also placed all the documents. So he could have just downloaded them now. Diligence, something the gentleman doesn't have. But it's
Heard that? So does he not think that we knew that there was chapters above?
Sorry, I stepped away. What did you say?
He just accused you of if you would have you kicked him out of all because Bobby asked if they held anything that was written back. And he said no, before he kicked us out, he must have kicked himself out because if he would have scrolled up, he would have seen all the chapters in there. But the man has no diligence to do anything.
Yeah, it's contradictory, isn't it? If I'm asking for something and they're saying, oh, he's already got it, well, why would I be asking?
I gotta get it straight what he's saying because the freaking window don't go up and it's noisy.
never any intention to hide. I would have, or probably in the
We're back in a minute.
because it was.
What's the Supreme? You see, I don't know what the Supreme Council is. Was that another room? I wasn't privy to the Supreme Council room.
The silence is deafening.
Yeah, because you're never gonna hear anything. I'm driving with a freaking window that don't freaking close.
Try to flip it down and then like real fast and then go back
Fucking
up.
pushing it down, pushing it up, smacking the fucking thing, punching the thing, locking it, unlocking it. It's just not going up.
I hear you. I've had that happen
Freaking
before.
wires loose somewhere. Used to happen to my wife's side. Now it's, all of a sudden it happens to the back. Don't know why. Don't even know why I opened the back freaking window. What the hell causes something to just not work anymore?
Probably something just jostled loose.
Yeah, you would think, right? And you know when the back windows are open, they freaking hurt your ears. You get the wah, 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 wah. You can't just have a back window open.
Have you closed it?
It's not closing.
Right, shall we
No
call
matter
it a
what I
night? Because I'm getting too frustrated with their lies.
Yeah. Sounds good. I gotta go because this is hurting my ears.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Obviously. Not that. Well, they hurt my ears too. But this window opens hurt my ears.
Fair enough.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I'll get some final thoughts from the people in Discord and then I'll toddle along. Right, Discord server. What did you make of all that before I disappear?
I think it's
confirmation. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, so it is confirmation. It's pretty clear what's going on, and it's your book. What they're doing is making maneuvers, covering their tracks, and while explaining their tracks at the same time. It's just we're just watching a train wreck as it happens in slow motion. I think that it'll be interesting. I had a thought. Has any of the usual suspects of anti-flat earthers, the McKeegans and stuff, has anyone glommed onto this and made any videos about it at all yet that anyone knows of?
I think Simon Dan did.
He did about the book thing?
I think so. I mean, I didn't watch his video, but I saw his thumbnail.
Well, here's serendipity comes in. Since we're no longer covering the anti-flat earthers anymore, then no one will be talking about it. And all of their plans for hopefully just making hay out of this will just be into the ether. No one will care. No one will listen. And unless you or the crew address them, just ignore them. And I think that'll be the juicy irony of the whole thing. That's it. Feeding my sheep now. You guys have a good night.
You good?
Yeah, I thought it was confirming exactly what Nathan has said in the past. I think they're coming up with brand new lies, saying there's a brand new book out there. I think nobody's going to buy that. It's obviously inserting copyrighted material by the author doesn't actually break the copyright. I don't think he understands that. And doing it and trying to claim something that's yours, I think that's pathetic, really low, just low energy from QE there. But I think the community's going to know, and his channel's probably going to start dwindling after that. But we are all in the most just from waiting for this book to come out, Nathan's book to come out. It's just, the hype is just probably reached like the highest it can be.
You want to add something, Mikey? Really not. Right, anybody else got anything to add? If not, I'm going to toddle along. Go ahead.
I mean, he put the pictures of your book up publicly. That seems weird to me. I don't think this is going to go much farther than this.
What do you mean?
It just feels like what they're doing kind of set itself to be doomed.
Go ahead, Adam.
I was just saying, I think that they set themselves up for failure. And it doesn't help that just admitting the truth is, here's the book that I told you was your book, but I was secretly planning to steal, and it kind of played out exactly like we figured it was gonna.
Yeah, that is to say that all they'd end up doing is exposing themselves as scummy liar thieves when they think they're trying to cover their backs.
I also did want to say the title of the Ultimate Flat Earthers or Ultimate Flat Earth Reference Book is really cringy.
I didn't come up with that. Anyway, any more for any more?
No, I'm pretty good. A long day.
With that, I'm going to say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to both my Discord and G+ panels for making this extended response show possible. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.